Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 23. How are you? Yeah,
Yeah,
how are you?
do you think that I'm beta?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, why so?
Yeah, so actually, on the like third to last post that you did, you like really owned yourself. I don't know if anybody told you, but it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know if I like should tell you,
Go for it.
but yeah, you because you said he's lying. Like some guy's lying because he says there's like more teachers than there are like OnlyFans like content creators, right? And you said, "Oh, it's so embarrassing, bro." I don't even want to say it, man. But all right, here we go. But you were saying like, "Oh my God, he just has to Google it," and he's like lying, and then you Google it, and then you didn't Google the other thing because you're saying it's 2.1 million OnlyFans only
Yeah, I
creators.
have a picture of that I can show you.
Yeah, and like that was
And
like
that's
the
that's not even in the US, right? So we're
yeah,
comparing
that's on the
content
world. That's in
creators
the world.
worldwide on
Exactly,
OF
exactly.
to
Yeah,
just the US. So there
exactly.
there there isn't even yeah, so it's still a lie.
Yeah, well then listen to me because I Googled it like I and like literally the first search what's it called result said that this number was in 2021, so 2 years ago, and in a time till now it has like more than doubled. So
Can you
yeah,
send me the source on that?
just Google it. It's literally the
Yeah,
first
I
result.
literally I
It
literally
says
have looked at it. I've already looked it up.
yeah, just Google it, man.
Yeah, because again, I mean, if you're looking at like the especially the US, that definitely wouldn't be the case. Um, how
It's worldwide.
many?
So you could
Yeah.
make the case that in the US, it's not as much content creators,
Well,
of
then
course.
you compare worldwide OF content creators to worldwide teachers. You're clearly gonna get more teachers.
Well, that's
Thank you
not
for the
what the
crown. I
guy
appreciate it. Thank
said.
you so much.
That's not what the guy said.
I mean, it is because he was making a claim that there are more people on OF than there are people in working as teachers. So if it's specific
Yeah.
to the United States, then keep it specific to the United States. If it's worldwide, then it's worldwide.
Not
I
sure
don't
if he
understand.
said, I think he said teachers in the US, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
but
think he said there's more.
do you want to justify why I'm beta though?
No, I just actually wanted to tell you this one. That
Oh,
one
okay.
thing.
All right. So I'll make sure to look up the content creators thing.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I mean I'd have to see, but yeah. All right, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
go,
you
man.
coming on. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you think that I am a beta. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get 200,000 likes. Share the live. Let's try to get to 500 shares, everyone. Let me go into the next person again. Only send a guest request if you think that I am beta, y'all. Yo, what's up? How
Hello,
old are you?
39.
Do you think that I'm beta?
I do think you're beta, Parker.
Why so?
I think you're beta because you don't tell the truth to women and you're more concerned with making them feel good than actually giving them the facts so they can make honest decisions. I think an alpha or a real man would tell them the truth despite it might hurt their feelings because it's honest. And I can show you an example because the of the topic you just did, body count. All those other guys couldn't give you any stats, but I have all the stats, all the references, and all of the research to prove it. Specifically, I just want to go to one thing real quick, and you can Google along with me if you want to follow. Google, hold on. Google the effects of sexual promiscuity on marriage quality.
Effects of sexual promiscuity on what?
Marriage quality. Also
Okay.
marital success, but we'll get to that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, what about it?
Okay,
On
so
substudent marital. Is this from BYU?
there's a bunch. This one, the first one I want to go to is
Is it NCBI or is it from BYU?
this one is the Spark Bethel one. Do you see that one?
I
By
don't know.
psychologists Galena K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley.
No, I literally look up effects of sexual promiscuity on marriage,
All right, try
marriage,
marital success. That might put it up.
marital success. All right, we'll look that up. But do you want to justify your other claim while I look this up?
Yeah, this one is from Bethel University. It's called the association between promiscuity and marital
Oh,
satisfaction.
Bethel, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, are you just saying that people who are more promiscuous, I mean, this
no,
is
no, no.
related
It's
to men
let
and
me
women.
no, no. It's saying specifically it higher body count affects women, but not men. Let me just read it real quick.
Yeah, where does it say that?
You can look for the search right here. Where it starts where it says psychologists Galena K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley found that the study respondents who had sex with other people prior to marriage reported lower quality unions compared to couples who slept just with each
So
other.
it's just this? Like an
Um,
infographic?
no, I mean it's from a university. I got a bunch more too, but can I read it?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Because this reflects other research. It's not just this. It says multiple sex partners prior to marriage reduced marital quality for women, but not men. This is
Where does
also
it say that? I don't see that.
you can
Because this says the number of partners is linked to marital dissatisfaction for both men and women. That's in the introduction.
hold on. It might be the
Read
JITS.
it. It literally says the number of partners is
Oh,
linked to marital
actually,
dissatisfaction for both men and women.
I wrote down the wrong one. It's premarital sex. This one is by Jay Teachman. Have you heard of the Teachman study?
So you wrote down the wrong one, apparently?
I just put it in the wrong under the wrong category.
So it's a different thing.
Yes.
Okay, what is this?
This is the one that says this is by Jay Teachman, the Journal of Marriage and Family. Did you find it?
What's the title?
Premarital sex, premarital cohabitation, and the risk of subsequent marital dissolution among women.
Marital disillusion. Okay. All right.
And that does,
NCBI? NCBI?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And that one,
So is this from 2012?
yes, I believe so.
2012 NCBI? Okay. So where does it say your claim?
Hold on. Because I.
Yeah, let's try to see that real quick. In the
In
meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 100,000 likes.
Parker. It's the one that says Institute of Family Studies, the IFS.
Oh, so okay, IFS, Institute of Family Studies. That's an article, by the way.
Well, they show the research of where they get it from, the data.
But I don't see the IFS on here. I looked up premarital sex and cohabitation and subsequent marital dissolution. And I don't see.
Hold on.
But yeah, keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 100,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live. Let's try to get to 500 shares, y'all.
Because they have a link to the study in there that shows the whatever. So let me just go to it on my computer. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, sure. You can go to find that. Right, but I mean, you made a claim that there's psychological, like, different. Fuck, I can't even speak. Thank you for the handout. I appreciate it. There's statistically significant psychological distinctions between the effects of high body count on women, psychologically speaking, versus men.
Let me go to where it starts. I think it's the third paragraph. It says previous research indeed suggests a complex story between premarital sex partners and marital quality. Psychologists Galena K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley found that the study respondents who had sex with other people, and a link to the study that they used, that the study respondents who had sex with other people prior to marriage reported lower quality unions compared to couples who just slept with each other. Multiple sex partners prior to marriage reduced marital quality for women, but not men. Now,
so where does it say this? What's the study? I couldn't find what you're talking about.
On the IFS studies, it's called "Does Sexual History Affect Marital Happiness?"
Whoa, this is a completely different. Well, no, this is
Listen.
Hold
Parker,
up. I actually have that from IFS already, and no, it does not say that.
I'm looking at it. You want me to send you the screenshot?
I'm on IFS right now. Look, there's only statistically significant distinctions.
Is it October 22nd, 2018?
Yes.
Okay, so
this one you're lying. You're lying.
I'm
literally look. Okay, so thank you, Jenna. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Right now.
The points in which the points in which there are stars, that's a
that.
statistically significant distinction. The rest of the distinctions are not statistically significant.
Parker, read what it says. You're not reading what it says. It's right above that in the paragraph. It says
It says for men there aren't statistically significant distinctions in marital quality between men who have two partners or more than two. That is the trend for women too. right? It gives 2 exceptions with 4 partners and 6 to 10 partners have significantly lower odds of very unhappy marriages, right? But those are statistically significant. The rest are not
Look,
statistically
Parker, let me
significant.
tell you where the paragraph starts. The paragraph starts with previous research and suggests a complex story. Go that. It's
You're
right
cutting
under the
off
little
now,
graph you
right?
just showed. It's about 1, 2,
You're
3,
cutting out, dude. You're cutting out.
3 paragraphs down.
3 paragraphs down. Perhaps genetics?
Can you hear me now? 3 paragraphs down.
Perhaps genetics?
3 paragraphs down.
Yeah, perhaps
Previous
genetics.
research indeed suggests a complex story.
Previous research. Where is that? I don't see what you're talking about.
Okay. You know that chart you just showed?
Yes, I am. I was just looking at it. Now I do not see what you're talking about.
Okay, under the chart, please go to the webpage.
This is way under the chart that I just referenced. The chart that you're looking at right now is the percentage of married adults who won't report lifetime sexual partner. So you need to scroll down more. Okay, that's not the graph I was looking at.
Parker, can read the paragraph what I'm saying, because you're purposely not telling the truth. Let me read it.
What do you mean I'm purposely not telling the truth?
Because you took me a line. Let me read it. Previous research indeed suggests a complex story between premarital sex partners and marital quality. Psychologists Galena K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley found, and then where they said found, they linked that study. It's another.
You understand that they're talking about their research, right?
Yes. Listen.
So are you linking the other study as what you were talking about, or are you talking about this?
We can go to their study too, but let me just finish.
Because this is previous information.
M. Stanley found that the study respondents who had sex with other people prior to marriage reported lower quality unions compared to couples who slept with each other. Multiple sex partners prior to marriage. Now they're talking about the study by M. Stanley and Galena Rhodes, right? Multiple sex partners prior to marriage reduced marital quality for women, but not men. Now, another study along similar lines, sociologist Jay Teachman, it's very famous. They link his study right there to Jay Teachman's study.
And then if you look down a little bit, it says what's missing from these studies is an exploration that considers the effects of a full range of premarital sex activity on a marital happiness using national data. I look at almost 30 years of the General Social Survey, an annual or biennial survey dating back to 1972, starting in 1989. Respondents were asked detailed questions about their sexual biographies. My data analysis explores how sexual history affects marital happiness measured with a variable that contrasts very happy marriages with all others. Okay. Then it goes on to then go and talk about this. Okay. So if you're not going to relate to this, right, I don't understand what you're engaging with. What are you
talking about? I just gave you 3 studies that show that it affects.
This is not 3 studies. No, you're not. You didn't give me 3 studies that reference that. You gave me a student paper infographic that literally said that it applied to men and women. You gave me a source, an IFS study. Let me finish. You gave me an IFS article that is literally just showing a statistically significant distinction for 4 partners and for 6 through 10 partners. The rest are not statistically significant.
Click on the link where it says.
And that's just in terms of marital satisfaction.
Click on the link to where it says found. It'll take you to Galena K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley's research. What do premarital experiences have to do with marital quality among today's
this is old research.
Well, now it's old. It is
old research. This is from the 80s.
It says in black and white it affects women.
It's old research. It's from the 80s. It's not peer reviewed.
I have a lot more, Parker. So let's just continue because
then give me something. It's not peer reviewed, right? Would you like to give me anything that's peer reviewed?
Okay, so these aren't credible. These sociologists and these psychologists from these universities aren't credible.
The article you just gave me disputed them, right? So if you source me, hold up, stop. Okay. If you sourced me the article, right, the article that literally disputes this, right, then are you disputing it as well because that's from the article that you sent me?
It doesn't dispute it. It says that it goes along with it.
What do you mean?
The article that you just read said these 2 articles support the conclusion that it affects women and not men. And now let's go to those 2 articles. Because you're saying that those all of a sudden those don't count.
Yeah, and again, no. Did you listen to what I heard? What I just said?
Yeah, you read the other stuff down the paragraph.
No. I read the stuff a little bit down where it said it disputes that, right? Because it's not good research.
And you said the research is old.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so let's
not peer
go.
reviewed. It's old. It didn't account for many variables that your even source that you cited dated, right? It's out. It's not something that's actually applicable, right? That's the issue with it.
That's complete bullshit. Let's go to the
No,
other
your
thing.
source literally disputes it. Okay.
The source is talking about a couple different articles and research. It's not just talking about one thing,
No,
right?
your source literally disputed it. So do you accept your source? Yes or no?
No, I don't accept what you're saying because you're not being
So you
honest.
don't accept your own source that you just cited to me.
They put more context into it. They say, oh well, these factors are blah 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 blah. Yes, they do that. I agree that they do that. Now, can I keep going now that I agreed? I agreed.
Again, right? So you're not addressing what I'm saying though.
You're saying that it's old and there are conflicting, or
No,
they don't
if
take
you
into account.
accept, well, no, if you accept that your source is valid and credible, then you would be disputing them because your source literally disputes them. So are you disputing your own source?
They're not disputing the Rhodes and Stanley article. They're not disputing the
They
two
are.
students.
Yes, they are. That their source here is literally disputing that. It is saying that there are impacts or real impacts
Not
with men.
significant. It's not significant. That's what they're saying. It affects men, but not
They're saying the
significant.
difference between
Even
men
the
and women
chart
is
says
not. Wait,
that.
hold up, stop. No, they're saying the difference between men and women is not significant. In
No,
this
that's not
study,
what it
this
says.
shows. Wait, hold up. In this standpoint, this shows that there is a real reduction in marital satisfaction given the fact that there's an increased body count for men. Okay, that was not seen in the ones that you just said were referenced because that's what they said, and they dispute that. The
They
graph
don't
that you're
dispute
talking
it.
about here,
All they say that what's missing
literally
from these
disputes that,
studies
dude.
is exploration that
Hold on.
considers the
Like,
effect
did
of
you
a
hear what I
correlation.
said at the end there? The graph literally here disputes that.
Disputes what?
It literally disputes the claim that there are not impacts on marital satisfaction
That,
with
that
men who have higher body counts.
it's not. It says they're not significant. I dispute that. It
No,
says they're not
it
significant.
says that there's not a statistically significant distinction between men and women. Right? There is a significant distinction between a man with a lower body count and a man with a higher body count in terms of the marital satisfaction.
I don't understand what you're saying. Say it again.
The statistically significant distinction they're saying that does not exist is between men and women, right? In terms of the impacts between men and women, psychologically
Okay, let's
speaking,
let's just
right? But
let's just say you're right so we can
there
move
is a
along to the next.
distinction between a man with a low body count, like we're talking 1 or 0, right, and a man with a higher body count, right, in terms of their marital satisfaction, in terms of the correlations, the associations.
So why does Kalina K. Rhodes and Scott M. Stanley in their study find that multiple sex partners prior to marriage
Oh
reduce it?
my gosh, bro. There's
That's
no
not the
way.
same thing.
There's
That's
no
not the same
way.
thing.
Dion, did you hear anything I just said, bro?
Yes, I heard everything you
No,
said.
you didn't. No, you didn't. Because again, your source that you just cited literally
Figure one shows the
disputes
odds
that
of having
claim.
only
Okay?
one lifetime
Literally
sex
disputes that claim. So unless you're willing to reconcile with the idea that either the source that you gave was faulty, right?
It's not
Or
faulty.
then you have to drop the idea that this is some sort of evidence that you can stand on as your own source disputes it.
This is what the source says about figure one. You're talking about figure one, the percentage of married adults who report one lifetime sexual partner by sex and birth cohort, right? Right?
No,
What?
scroll down. Scroll the fuck down, dude. I literally showed you. I
That's
told
the
you this
chart I'm
earlier.
talking about. I don't know what chart you're
No, you're
talking
not.
about.
No, you're not. You're talking about no. The
The one that you
statistically
showed?
significant distinction is this one, the one way down. Do you
Figure
see what
two.
this
Yeah,
looks like?
you're talking about the wrong chart. I'm not even talking about
I
that
am
chart.
not talking about the wrong one.
I'm talking about figure one. Scroll up.
The figure one, right? Yeah, the figure one has nothing to do with the topic. The figure one just relates to the amount of people that have reported being with one lifetime sexual partner. That's it. That doesn't relate to body count being higher. So if anything, you're looking at the wrong graph then, bro. What are you talking about? You were talking about the other one, right?
The percentage of married adults who report one lifetime sexual partner by sex and birth cohort.
Oh my,
Figure
bro.
two. Let's go to figure two. Okay, let me go to figure two.
You
Let me
didn't
go to
even
figure
read your
two.
own sources, bro.
I
You have no
did
clue
read
what the
it.
fuck this is. No,
I
you
just
didn't.
read it verbatim to you. You're
You
disputing it.
literally didn't, dude. Because dude, did you hear what I said again? Actually, if you don't know what I just said, I'm gonna go on to the next person. What did I just say to you?
You just said that my own source disputes what I'm saying.
No, before that. or not
That
before that. Like
that
what did I just say about the
that
graph?
figure one is talking about only something about people having sex before marriage. Is that what you said?
No, dude. Holy shit, dude. Like it's like I don't know why it's so difficult to like actually engage with what I'm saying. I really don't understand it, man. Like did I say
Can
something
we
that was like complex or something? Like
can we do? I'll give that one up. Okay. Can we go to the next one? You win that one. Can I go to the next one?
next what?
The next thing that says the same thing. Along similar lines, sociologist Jay Teachman showed that premarital sex between future spouses didn't make divorce more likely, but sex with other people did. A study from 1980 reported similar findings.
And is that true with men and women?
Yes. Teachman
Okay.
specifically talked about how it doesn't affect men.
Okay, wait. So wait, from what time?
Let me click on it.
1980?
Yes. Premarital sex, premarital
Yeah, so 1980, and
cohabitation.
is this the one that they
This
disputed?
is from, no, the data's from 1995.
If I click on this and this is from is this from the article?
This is from the Journal of Marriage and Family.
No, is this from the article?
The article links to this, showing you
We
one.
just went over this, dude. Oh my
Oh
god, bro. I'm
my
going to the next
God,
person,
dude.
bro.
So
I
you
can't,
listen.
man. It's like actually we just went over it. We literally just went over that. The article that he linked, he literally sourced, literally disputes the claim. It literally disputes it itself, dude. Like if he literally sent that as a source, he can't accept that. Like, dude, why do we have to go over the same point a million times, bro? All right, let's go. Let's try to see if someone right wants to debate, wants to see if I'm beta. We're just gonna run through this. I don't even care. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
29. How old are you?
Yo, what's up? Do you think that I'm beta?
I think you got a lot to learn.
Do you think I'm beta?
I do.
Why so?
Because I don't think you see things like a real man sees things.
What do you mean? What's a real man?
I mean, men and women are different. We prefer different. Men like, they want a woman for her, we want a good past, whereas women want a man with a good future. Like, we see things differently. Like,
It's both, right? Where we look at past and we look at future, right? If someone is a cheater in the past, both me and you are going to look at that regardless of whether or not it's a man or a woman, right? The same thing is, I mean, a woman's going to look at that and a man's going to look at that regardless of whether or not it's a man or a woman, right? When it relates to future, right? We're going to look at, oh, what's the future that I can have with this person? Is this person going to be around when I'm in there? Are they going to be a person that can necessarily be a parent to the children that I want to have in the future, right? Are they going to be like someone that's going to be respectful to like my parents, to people around me, right? These things are future. These things are present. These things are past. We care about all of them, whether or not we're men or women.
No, it's just different. It's literally throughout time, men have always looked for virginity in girls. It's just men do not want girls with a high body count. Women carry trauma, and when you get a woman with a high body count, she brings all that trauma into the relationship. You have to deal with everything that her ex has ever done. Men,
Can you give me a
men don't do
statistically
that.
significant distinction in terms of the impact of like body count with men and women?
I'm not going to go into articles here, man. It's common sense. You don't have to go and do a little study or go to college or get educated it just is what men are primarily wired. We're just primarily wired to look for women with low body counts. We want good wives. We don't want women that are out, sleeping around. We don't want to.
Then why don't you hold those same standard yourself?
It's just different. Women don't even think about it the same as men do. Women don't care if a man's been around. Women don't look for virgins.
That's not
Like,
true. Wait, no.
as a
I mean,
woman,
it might not be. I don't think that men necessarily look for virgins quite particularly either, right?
there are no virgins.
I know men say that. Some men say that, but I clearly don't think that they do, right? Because oftentimes, right, they're not willing to actually like wait to engage in intercourse with someone, right? They just want to engage in intercourse with them right away. So I don't think that's necessarily true.
So the game for women is to retain the man. The game for men is to have sex with a woman. It's a different game.
What are you talking about, right? Are you saying that men aren't looking for marriage? Men aren't looking for relationships?
Men are looking for marriage, but men aren't emotionally connected to sex like women are. When women have sex, they feel used. Every woman that has sex and the men don't respond back, they feel used. No man ever leaves.
I don't think every woman feels that way. One, two.
Maybe
There are lots of men that feel that way. What are you talking about?
After she's been pumped and dumped, she kind of, dulls their senses, and then they don't really care. All the women that are in here defending
You understand the same thing can happen with men, right?
all the women in here defending you have very high body counts. Of a woman that has
Is that supposed to be a way to dispute what they're saying?
A woman that has not slept around is still in touch with her emotions. I've been with girls. I've been with virgins.
Wait,
and I've been with
women that
girls.
sleep around can be in touch with their emotions.
They leave very easily. Let me tell you, because they've left far too many times. It's just like.
What do you mean?
Another-
Army Cyber Guy, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. What do you mean?
Oh, men and women are different. Like, we're just not the same. The world nowadays is trying to make us all. We're just the same, and it's just different. Men are different than women. And this is women should know these.
I'm
things.
different from you. What's your point?
Well, you're different from me, but you probably think a little more like me. Women
Clearly, I don't think
know
so.
this, and women should protect their value. Women are born with value, dude. Men
So are
have
men.
to create their value.
So are men.
When a man sleeps with a woman, it's not easy. 80% of men don't even sleep with women, dude. But
That's not true.
it is true. Most
That's
men,
clearly not true, dude. What the fuck are you saying?
you have to
80%.
bring.
Dude, where
most-
that you just literally whipped that out of your ass, stamped the trust me bro approval, and fucking sent it out in fucking masses, bro. You printing press that shit. Like, dude, that was ridiculous. Come on, man. Give me any claim
No,
that justifies that.
you know
I'll
that
literally I'll give you $500.
Most men do not get laid. It is a fact.
80%,
Even with
right?
their own
80% of older men, like men across the board. Literally, I'd love. Give me a fucking source. I'll give you $500 if you can. You particularly.
Women chase high value men. Women don't care what your body count is. They care what your status is. They care that you have money. They care that you have status, and they obviously want someone superior to them in every way, physically, mentally. They want a man superior to them. Men, literally, we look for looks in women, and we look for someone who doesn't get around because we're trying to find someone that we can tie down. Yes, we like to sleep around, but it takes we don't get attached emotionally through sleeping around.
Yeah, so men can get attached, right? And women also can be in circumstances where they don't get attached. What do you mean by tie down?
Basically, like, yeah, all men and women, we do want marriage. Like, we do want a family. Most men and women want a family. They want marriage. But for a man, like, a woman usually wants to only sleep with one man. Like, if she really likes that man, that's what typically a woman really wants.
I mean, the same thing would be true with a man, and that's monogamous. We're talking about monogamous relationships. If you like this person, if you love this person, you likely will just want to be with them.
I mean, you should, but I think men have a higher sex drive. We have higher testosterone. It just is what it is. It's just in our system,
Wait. If you think that men have a higher sex drive, wouldn't you say that on average? Wait, I have a question. Do you think that on average, people that have higher body counts have higher sex drives?
It just depends because women have easier access. So sometimes
No, I'm just asking. Given that someone has a higher body count, does that indicate to you that likely speaking they have a higher sex drive?
Possibly.
Yes.
Most likely,
Okay.
yes.
So if men on average have a higher sex drive, right? Wouldn't it be the case that men should prefer higher body count women as they would be more likely to have a sex drive that would be compatible with theirs?
I wouldn't say that because a lot of women that have high sex drives have just been ran through and guys don't want to tie them down. So why would a man want to come pick up
Wait, no, when you say ran through, the same thing would be applicable to the man in this scenario.
Men
right?
don't
like
get
that you're just using that term to demonize women for engaging the exact same actions that you don't think that it's bad for a man to engage in.
Men don't
Every
get
single time a
pumped
woman
and dumped.
engages in intercourse and you think that she's being ran through, there's a guy that's engaging in intercourse
she's
too.
the one getting, effed. She's the one getting effed.
Yeah, and
Man
they're
does
having
not.
intercourse too. Both sides are having intercourse. What's the distinction?
The men, they're having sex, but she's the one, that's why there's so many girls.
Wait, but what's the distinction? They're both
That's
having
why
intercourse.
There's this women hate men thing because they've been pumped and dumped too many times. That's
Dude,
this whole.
what are you
screwed
talking
me.
about, right? What are you talking about?
Everywhere, man. You don't see it.
Can you give me a distinction between men and women in terms of this encounter that implies there's any type of responsibility distinction between one person engaging in intercourse and the other person engaging in intercourse consentfully?
There's a huge difference in a man having sex and a woman having sex, dude. If a woman slept with 300 men, she's considered, obviously, like, she's looked down upon. Whereas if it's a man, he's a badass. He's got, because
Yeah, no, I'm saying it shouldn't be that way. Just because it is that way does not mean it should be that way. What's the reason why it should be that way?
Because women carry trauma. Women can't do it.
So do men.
I've been with girls with over 100 body count, dude, and they're messed up.
Wait, it was that one particular girl, right? That's not applicable to every girl that has 100 bodies even, right? Secondly, right, when it relates to This is just a correlation causation fallacy. Just because it's associated with the fact that they have a 100 body count does not mean it was caused by the fact that they have a 100 body count. Secondly, when it relates to like emotional baggage, that same thing can exist with men, especially men who have engaged with more partners as well, right? In that exact same notion, right? So I don't see how this would be distinct from men and women.
It's way harder for a man to get laid than a woman.
I like how that didn't respond to anything I just said. Thank you for the mic drop. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I don't agree with you.
Okay, so if it relates to just how hard it is, right? If a man, all right, has an easier time engaging in intercourse with people than the average woman, right? If they have the same body count as the average woman, should it be looked at in a more negative connotation?
No.
Oh, okay. So this reasoning only is applicable to women. It's not applicable to men.
Yeah, women should keep their body count low. That preserves.
Yeah. So the same thing should also be applicable to men.
No, it shouldn't.
Why not? What's the distinction?
Well, experience is good for men. Women want men with experience.
Like right? Doesn't it depend on the woman?
No women look for a virgin man. But
there are some women that do, right? Actually, particularly religious women, right, would look for a man that has not engaged in sex before marriage, right? Because that's particularly what they're looking for in terms of their encounters, right? In terms of looking for marriage. So clearly that's not true, right? We can dispute that, like traditionally speaking, even, right? Like what? What are you talking about?
Maybe some religions out there, and I grew up in religions.
What do you mean some religions, right? This is Christianity, right? Like do you live in the U.S.?
Yeah.
This is the most predominant religion here in the United States. What are you talking about? Like 60+% of people in the United States are Christian.
Yeah, but I would say Christianity, people just blurt that out there now. It's not, it doesn't mean anything at this point. Everyone's a Christian. You know, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow the Bible. You don't have to do anything.
Okay, here, let's get away from that. So like, why do you think that I am beta?
Because you're on here defending a legit fact, man. Like you shouldn't be defending it. This hurts women to basically tell them it's okay for them to go out there to sleep around, to have fun.
Wait. When have I made? Wait. Hold on. My claim is that body count should matter the same for men and women, right?
It shouldn't.
That's saying that if you're holding women to a standard of accountability when it relates to body count, hold men to that same standard. That's what I'm saying, right? How is this saying? This is saying men should take accountability. This isn't saying women don't need to take accountability. This is saying men should take accountability. That's the whole point of that.
So are you saying that you think that a low body count for each does matter, or you don't think it matters, period?
I think that like matter would be relative to an individual, right? So I say that men's body count should matter, right? Because I think that the same thing that's applicable, right, to other people should be applicable to men, right? I think that men and women are more similar than they are different, right? So the operating assumption is that we're going to treat them the same until we have good reason to treat them differently. In this circumstance, we don't have good reason to treat them differently. Therefore, we're going to treat them the same as, again, we would treat someone who would be a partner, right? If you look for someone that has a low body count, well, then the same thing should be true within yourself, right? Because the whole sense of it would be to do based upon like a notion of compatibility, right? There's no other reason that would be relevant within the context of a relationship.
I mean, I'm not saying a man should be sleeping around and that should be his goal. But why does society look down on women, but it basically praises men?
Because there's double standards, because of patriarchal social norms that have been passed down throughout society to make women subservient to men by holding them to standards that are not held to in terms of men, right? Boys will be boys, right? That's saying, right, to essentially just justify men engaging in whatever they want. Whereas when it relates to women, women can't be women, right? When it relates to wanting to engage in intercourse when they want to do so, right? They have to hold that back. They have to engage in impulse control, whereas men don't, right? That's exactly what it is in society. That's prevalent, right?
I think it's
so how does this make me beta for acknowledging facts of reality?
I mean, would you want a girl that's been with 300 men, or a girl that's been with no man? If you had to pick, I would say most guys.
The person who has been with less people in that scenario is more likely to be compatible with me. I told you again, the standard's compatibility. I have a low body count, right? Someone who has a low body count, that's going to be compatible with me, right? Likely speaking, in a likely sense. There could be a scenario where the person who has more bodies could be more compatible with me. And in that sense, that would be the person that I would prefer.
You never want a girl with a extremely high body count, trust me, no matter how high your body count is, because it doesn't do the same thing to you as it would do to her. It traumatizes women. Women get emotional. They get left so many times. It just messes with them. And why
are you assuming that if they've engaged in intercourse with a lot of people that they've been left every time?
Men just don't tie down girls. We don't walk by a sandwich that 100 men have passed by, and we pick it up and say, "Look at, I want this. This."
I don't know what you're talking about with that, man. Like, you understand. I appreciate the marvelous confetti. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You understand that when it relates to people engaging in intercourse, you understand that people talk to each other outside of the context of engaging in intercourse, right? So if there were 100 people that talked to the girl that you're talking about, right, and they didn't want to be with her, right? Actually, holy shit, I just realized this. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know how you say that like women or like men say all the time that women, right, like they only like men or they like men more because other women like them? Well, isn't this kind of a sense that like you're gonna like the woman more given the fact that other men like her more?
I mean, women like cosigners, definitely. That's why as soon
No,
as
no,
you get
answer what?
married,
No. You just co-signed. You just did a co-signer thing. You literally just
but
did it.
guys don't want cosigners. I don't
No, you
personally.
just did it. Thank you for the duck. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You
No,
said
I
all.
didn't.
You said I don't want something that everyone else has walked past. Right? That's literally saying that you don't want this person if other people don't want them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That is literally you asking for a fucking cosigner whenever you call it out when it relates to women. How the hell do we not see that?
No. I literally said I don't want that. No guy wants a girl that's been ran through, man. No matter how beautiful she
No.
is.
You didn't want to be with her because all those people didn't want to be with her. That's it.
Yeah,
That's literally what you brought up. You were
yeah.
looking for a cosigner there. You were looking for some male validation in terms of this person being attractive. That's what you were fucking looking for. You were looking for some male validation in terms of this person being a good partner. Oh my God. The same thing that you call out women for. Oh my God. It also exists in men.
I
That's
mean,
fucking wild.
if 100 guys passed her up, then I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, maybe I should pass her up too. It just is what it
Oh
is.
my God. Yo, dude. That was just, you walked yourself right into the same point that
Hey,
you
I
call out
don't.
women for. That's
Hey,
fucking
if
wild.
if my brothers think something's wrong with her, then hey, I have a high opinion for my friends and my brothers and other men that have passed her by. So why would I pick her up off the sidewalk and say, and claim
Why
her?
are you associating the sidewalk? I appreciate the love you. Thank you so much. Do you have a high body count?
I have a good body count.
Do you have a high body count?
I wouldn't say I have a high body count, but I would say I have a high body count compared. I would
The
call.
same body count existed in a woman,
Yes,
would it be considered high?
yes, way too high.
If your body count was a woman's body count, would that be too high?
Yes, a woman shouldn't have a high
Oh,
body
okay,
count. If
okay.
she's
So
in
like,
the double
wait,
digits,
so what's your body count then?
I'm not putting my body count out here, but if
Wait,
she's
why
in the
not? Appreciate the heart.
if
Thank
she,
you so much. You said it doesn't matter. You said it doesn't matter. You said it's a good thing for men to have experience. So let us know. You
I
said
don't
you
know
got
who,
experience. Let us
I don't
know.
know who's watching this, but if she's in
There's
the double
apparently
digits,
2,300 people. So tell us. Let us know.
if she's in double digits, it starts to get a little sketchy
All
there.
right. So you're in double digits.
Yes.
So by that definition, you would say that a girl's ran through, right? So wouldn't you then, by
I
that
would say
definition, also be ran
after
through?
5 people, it starts to get a little sketchy.
So you've been ran through.
I've never been ran through. I do
Yeah,
the
you
ran.
have, dude. According to your own definition, you've been ran through.
Men don't get screwed; they do the screwing.
You've had straight trains ran on you, my guy.
Men don't get ran through. We don't lay in
You
bed
you've been
after the girl leaves.
like an entire marathon, bro. An entire marathon.
We don't lay in bed after the girl leaves and cry and mope and wonder what we did wrong or what we are or why they don't
Post nut
like me.
clarity? Question mark.
Yeah, we have post nut clarity because we're sexual, and once you bust that nut, you're like, what the hell am I doing? And that's
Oh my God! Wait, exactly what you just said. They didn't do. Oh my God! No fucking
but we're
way!
not crying.
Yo,
We're
dude.
just we're just like, let me grab my shoes and get out of here. They're the one laying there wanting you to stay. That's why women shouldn't sleep around. It does something to them.
Dude, no, you don't understand. Can you give me any study that indicates that there's a statistically significant distinction, psychologically speaking, in terms of the impacts with men and women when it relates to a high body count?
I don't go and do studies. I think like a man, and I know what men want. Why do you care about a study? If women are, this is the thing. You can do what you want. I do believe in a free world. If a woman
Wait,
wants to
sorry,
go,
I'm beta for asking for facts.
I just don't have any studies for you, man. I don't care about the whole little education system. I don't
Thank
care
you for the
about
train.
what.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So alphas don't care about education?
I mean, some alphas care about education. I don't care about education. I have common sense, and I don't go look at little Harvard studies or little university studies because I don't trust what they put out there, for one, because they push their own agenda. I don't care about their studies. I know what men want, the highest value men. I know what they want. They don't want a girl that's been with multiple men.
Yeah, and
They
I
just
mean
don't.
the same thing should be true for you then too, right? If you think it's wrong for a woman to have a hookup, right, then the same thing's also going to be true for yourself. Isn't that fucking wild? Can you give me a good distinction like between men and women that means that you should treat them differently in that circumstance?
It just is there's double standards on both sides, and this is a double standard.
Oh, it's unjustified, right? So can you give me a double standard that's justified?
Women get a lot of benefits, man. Women get a lot of benefits in
Give me a
society.
justified double standard.
I
One.
mean,
Give me a
let's just
single one
that women something that women benefit from that men don't.
in relation to responsibility.
Well, let's just say I don't really have a double standard for you off the top of my head, but
What are? I thought there were so many double standards that women benefit from. I appreciate the hanging lights. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Right, that
women are born
exists.
women are
Appreciate it.
born
Appreciate. Thank you for the mic
with
drop.
value. That's why women can walk out on
Well,
yachts
I don't believe that.
just for being pretty, man.
Wait, no, wait, no. The pretty privilege applies to men and women.
No, it doesn't. It only applies to women.
Let's be real. Why do you think Dean has 3K viewers right now? I'm just kidding. I'm just trolling. Yo, dude, I'm just trolling. Yeah, no, I'm serious. Pretty privilege exists with both men and women.
You and Dean are two peas in a pod. I've talked
Two
to
peas
him
in a
before.
pod. What do you mean by that?
You are very similar. I've talked to him before. Y'all have similar beliefs. That's for sure.
Do you wonder where he got them from? Yo, dude. I'm just trolling. Right. But yeah, no, we're friends.
But yeah, I've seen y'all on before one time. But I've talked to him before. I mean, you both seem cool. I definitely disagree with you though. I definitely disagree with you. But everyone has a right to do whatever they want. But if a woman is looking for a high value man, she should think about what she does, because men look for a girl with a good past. And typically women that sleep around come with emotional trauma and baggage, and men don't want that.
And all those things you just said were applicable to men as well. So the same men that are actually calling out within the context of women should also apply that to themselves. That they're less likely to be in the context of a marriage that has satisfaction, right? If they have a higher body count, right? So in the same way that you say, oh, the person that I'm gonna get with, right? If they have a higher body count, it's gonna lead to me having less marital satisfaction. Well, the same thing's also gonna be true if you go and sleep with a bunch of people as well, right?
I've found for
Under your own
myself
view.
when,
So like
more,
I don't see why they justify the behavior for themselves, but then it's unjustified for women, given that the same justification applies to themselves.
I think experience for a man is a good thing. I think experience for a woman is a bad thing. Trauma and scars on a woman are a bad thing, but
Wait,
scars on
why is
men are
experience why is experience for a woman a bad thing and good for a man?
because women don't need experience. They just need to retain their value.
Wait, why not? Why don't women need experience and men do?
if they're pretty and feminine and kind and loving, and they look like they would be a good mother, that's all she has to bring to the table.
Wouldn't the same thing be true the other way around as well?
No, men need experience, man, to deal with these women. You can't just a virgin can't deal with these women, man. I'm telling you, a virgin cannot handle these women. They're
What does that
ruthless.
mean? What does that mean?
It means you'll basically be a simp. Unless you've been with multiple women and you know how they think, you will get ran
What are you
over.
talking about, bro? What you think that somebody? So you think that people who are virgins just get like taken advantage of? You're saying?
Yes, I maybe not. It depends on the
Wait,
girl.
so don't you think that women shouldn't be virgins then, so that they don't get taken advantage of then?
I think fathers should be in the home and protect their daughters, and that would stop a lot of the issues that are happening nowadays. But fathers don't care. There are no families nowadays. There are no fathers in the home protecting their daughters and
What do
screening
you?
men.
That's completely false. What are you talking about? And
They
what about mothers, right? What about fathers protecting their sons as well?
They should protect their sons.
You know, there's a greater likelihood for there to be
But
an individual that's close to a woman to actually engage in violence towards her than actually to protect her from violence.
I mean, that comes with these single moms dating other men and having other men in their home, and then maybe the uncles. And yeah, I realize that.
No,
But
not just
typically,
that. No, I'm just saying in general, right? Someone
typically,
closer to you is more likely to engage in violence towards you than someone just random.
yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But that doesn't take away from the fact that having fathers in the home screening men, because they're experienced, they know what these men really want, and these girls are giving themselves to guys that are just selling a dream just to get laid. And that's where,
Yeah, but how the fuck that means that the man is doing something wrong. The man is
yeah,
deceiving people. So what
yeah.
you need to do is you need to call out the men, right, for not taking accountability for their deception, for their lies, right, and for their hypocrisy, right, instead of just saying it's a woman's issue, right? Because at the end of the day, right, this is significantly more of an issue when it relates to men than it would ever be when it relates to women. Right? Like I could name a million things we could go through that we need to address with men that have not been
Yeah.
addressed throughout society, right? They're constantly addressed within women like literally every day, like all the time, right? Like if we were like let's just look at society for a second, right? Logan Paul situation. Do you know about that situation right now?
Yes, yes.
So Logan Paul has been around, slept with lots of people, probably more so than his future wife, right? But yeah, his future wife is getting called out, and apparently it's some really bad thing when she's engaged in intercourse with people, right? But whenever Logan does it, or whenever some other male does it who's a celebrity, then it doesn't matter at all, right? Does that not sound like hypocrisy to you? Because it sounds like in both of those scenarios, they both have pretty easy time engaging in people, engaging in intercourse with people, because they both have absolutely massive platforms. They're in the public eye, right? Things like that.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I would never date a girl. I would never want to be with a girl like her. Like I said, I think a man that's able to get women is high value. Women chase men that women like co-signers. Women chase men that every woman wants. They don't care.
Wait, Caleb, you literally did the same thing. You literally said that you wouldn't want to be with a girl if a bunch of other men said that they didn't want to be with this girl. You look for a fucking cosigner too. How the hell are you going to apply this reasoning now when you literally just fucking rejected your?
Well, basically, if she's been ran through, not necessarily.
You've been ran through, bro.
Men don't get ran through.
Yes, you have been.
Unless they're strapped on.
You wouldn't even, dude. You said that your body count doesn't matter, but you wouldn't even fucking say it.
Well, I'm not putting all of my personal information out here, but I will give you something about
your personal information. What do you mean, bro?
I mean that's personal, but
it's a number.
It is a number.
Okay.
But I'm not putting it out there.
Does it matter then?
But it's high, I guess. It's slightly high, but I know people.
It's high, right? So you expect more from a woman than you expect from yourself.
No, actually, I expect more from myself than I do a woman. I just expect for her to not.
Honestly,
sleep around.
Caleb, you're given like honestly, it's like emotional baggage. I'm getting emotional baggage right now.
No, I just want I want a woman that protects her value.
Well, then you should also want to protect your value yourself.
That's not my value. My value is provide, protect.
I mean, your value could also be in your virtuousness, right? If you're virtuous, right, wouldn't that be valuable?
It just doesn't affect a man the same as it affects a woman.
And no, give me any evidence that says that.
It just doesn't.
It just doesn't, right? What source? Wait. What? Let me hear it. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Hit you
hit me with the trust me, bro.
An online link.
Hit me with the trust me, bro. Let me get a trust me, bro, in the comment section right now. Let's fucking go, chat. Trust me, bros, in the comments. Let's go. You know what? I literally have to make merch that says "Trust me, bro" at this point. I really have to.
My experience, it's you don't want to be with a girl that's been with a lot of men. She just comes.
The same thing's true with a man, then.
It's not true with a man.
Well, then you do. Wait, no. Then why do you want yourself to have a higher body count? Actually, if you could go back in time and you could stop yourself from engaging in having so many bodies, would you do so?
I mean, if I found a girl and we settled down and had a family, yeah, my goal isn't just to sleep with a bunch of girls. I don't sell a dream to women. I'm very honest.
Thank you for the garland. I appreciate it. Cheyenne, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Yeah, so you would. You would go back.
I wouldn't go back. Actually, I wouldn't trade anything I've done. But my goal isn't to sleep with a lot of women. I could sell a dream, and I know what it does, though. So I'm not saying that I haven't been with a few women that and heard a few girls in the past, but I don't do that anymore. I don't sell a dream. I'm very honest. If I don't want a relationship or anything, I'm straight up before it gets any further. So but okay. Typically it doesn't really matter how.
I want to hear, man. Why am I beta, bro? Like, is it just because I tell the truth to people? I call out hypocrisy. I hold men accountable. What's the reason?
I think you need to start holding women accountable.
I will hold women accountable the same degree I hold men. That's literally why I say that men and women body count matters the same. I'm holding both men and women accountable to the fucking same degree. Okay? Now you hold men accountable to the same degree that you hold women accountable.
It's not the same. I'm not saying that men should be out sleeping around, but it's still not the same.
No, it should be the same. You see, you're the one evading accountability for people, not me. I'm the one holding men and women to the same level of accountability. You're the one literally trying to argue that men should take less accountability. That's fucking wild, bro.
Well, it just is what it is. You don't see the highest value men in the world and when I say value is what the society deems as valuable, going after girls that have high body counts. You just don't see it, but you will see girls going after guys with the highest body counts out there. It's just girls don't even see it the same.
So I mean, wait, there are men that go after people who have higher body counts. That's true, right? But just because it is the case that something doesn't happen within society doesn't mean it should be that way. Appreciate the Galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about the exceptions. But women will pursue like celebrity.
Whenever you're talking about so why isn't an exception of women that look for men that have high body counts? I don't think most women, I appreciate the cap, thank you so much, are out there going around trying to get with a man that has a higher body count. Like they're like specifically looking for men that have very high body counts.
No, they're not.
I don't think that's common.
But most of the men that women pursue have status. They have everything that a woman wants. Let's just say like a celebrity or a rapper or an athlete. They have all these options. They probably have a super high body count because, if a man has a girl knocking on his door every night, he's probably going to do something. You know how men are wired.
Wait, what the fuck, dude? Okay, so you know how men are wired, right? If a woman's knocking on his door, he can just engage in intercourse, right? But if a woman has opportunities and a man's knocking on her door, it's wrong for the woman to do it.
A man has to create value to get there.
No, he fucking doesn't, dude. No, most of the time that people who are men are in these circumstances are because they're born into these circumstances, whether it be in relation to attractiveness, whether it be in relation to like the family that they grew up in, whether it be in relation to the wealth that they have, right? These types of opportunities, generally speaking, aren't things that we necessarily work up to, right? A lot of the times they are things that we are born into.
You can be born into it, but it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a certain energy that men have. Not all men have it. And it's confidence. Women look for confidence. They look for status. They want a guy superior to them in every way. That's what women look for. Yeah, they do.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, right? That's you projecting.
No, women want a guy that's taller, physically stronger than them.
Taller, physically stronger, that does not mean superior.
As much as them or more. Maybe you're not more valuable as a person. I'm not saying men deserve to live more than women.
Yeah, men oftentimes want people that are more emotionally intelligent than them. Men oftentimes want people that are constantly there for them when it relates to them being sick. Men constantly want people that take care of them, right? Men literally want a fucking mother, right? Men want someone that literally will do the dishes, that will clean the fucking house, right? That will take care of them, that will plan stuff for them, right? That will literally deal with all that type of stuff. Are we not going to talk about those? Right? Men don't want to provide those. Right? You want to know what it is? It's because men and women, right, they're looking for different things when in relation to the fulfilling of roles, right?
Correct.
But when it relates to this, right, that would make sense as we're talking about present fulfilled roles. Appreciate the boxing glove. Thank you so much. And we have different types of preferences on what different types of roles we would like to see in a partner, right? Or what types of things that we aren't as good at fulfilling, right? But when it relates to something like body count, right, that is something that we have very good reason to indicate that not very good reason. We have no reason to indicate that there should be a distinction in terms of the way that we view men and women when it relates to these circumstances, right? When it relates to holding them accountable for this type of responsibility, as these actions are the same for both of them, right?
I could agree with a lot of stuff you said there, but the body count thing, it just is what it is. Most men prefer a girl to not have a high body count. And I would tell women, watch who you get with. Because what does it do for you? Most of the time, it doesn't do anything for a woman to sleep with a man. Whereas a man gets a pat on the back, it is a double standard. But if a woman's looking for a husband,
it's a double standard that shouldn't exist, right?
It exists, and I think it
shouldn't exist, right?
Because I think a lower body count overall for men and women would probably be ideal. I think finding a girl and staying with a girl would be ideal, but that just doesn't happen anymore.
Wait, so ideally speaking, both men and women should be valued the same in terms of their body count.
It's just not that. It doesn't work that way.
Ideally speaking, should it be that way?
Ideally speaking, men and women shouldn't be getting around, but if a man has a high body count, it's not going to hurt him as much as a woman having a high body count.
No, ideally speaking, should they be valued the same in relation to their body count?
No. They shouldn't.
No. So what
Because
is
we're
the
wired differently.
so just because we're wired differently doesn't mean that we should be valued differently in terms of that stance. As I'm wired differently from you, right? And that doesn't justify my body count not mattering and your body count mattering.
But I think like a man more than I think like a woman. We might be two different men, but women and men.
I don't think we think very similar.
I don't think we do either. I could agree with you on that one. But I do see where you're coming from, but it's viewed different in society. And I think as a man, I can't just say, oh, that ain't fair. If I want to get a girl, I have to do different things than a woman to increase my value, to increase my opportunity to find that girl. And she has to operate a little differently than a man would to find that man. So if girls are getting butthurt over that,
No. We're not talking about what might find people or what might lead to opportunities, because that's solely descriptive. We're talking about how people should be valued. If you as an individual are looking for someone with a low body count, right, you should have a low body count yourself.
no, I don't.
That's my
I disagree. And women don't care about your body count. They care about your status. They care about your confidence. They care about you being able to provide. Women like security, whereas in men do too. But we realize that getting a girl with a high body count, the likelihood of getting a good girl that stays around, it really decreases.
The same thing could be true then for men, because there's no statistically significant distinction in terms of the impacts of high body count with men and women, right? No statistically significant distinction. So, right, one other thing, man. How does this relate to me being a beta, man?
I would say it's just because you're really defending females really hardcore. So
because I'm holding the same level of accountability with men and women. I think you're a beta because you're only defending men.
I'm just stating how society works and stating what men want. And if you want to have high value men as a woman, you're just going to have to accept a few double standards and realize this is what a man wants in you. So why would a woman care about what some study or what her girls tell her if she's trying to retain?
Wait, no. I want you to hyperfixate before you go into that. I want you to hyperfixate on why you considered me a beta real quick. Right? The reason why you considered me to be a beta is because I hold men and women to the same accountability. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much.
And you're in the same standard. We're just not held to the same standard. We're different.
I understand that me and you are different, but we're still held to the same standard.
But men and women are different.
Yeah, me and you are different.
Yeah, you're a beta because you're defending women. You're defending something.
I'm holding men and women to the same level of accountability. I'm a beta because I'm holding men accountable. Wow, fucking hell. That's wild.
But men should be held accountable for that.
Men should be held accountable, yeah.
They shouldn't be.
Hold men accountable, yes. Why shouldn't they?
I think every guy out there, that a lot of these girls are calling me whack and me, but a lot of these guys that they chase think just like me. So they probably just need to get a dog or get a cat and to prepare for a long life alone.
Dude, you know who's gonna have a fucking long life alone, right? The men that have opinions like you, right? You know who's gonna fucking need a cat and a dog, right? It's gonna be you, right?
No, because I have women
next to the receding hairline. Like you're gonna next to the product that you need to bring back the hair. I appreciate the mic drop. Thank you so much. Right? That's exactly what you're gonna need.
Well, you have receding muscles on your body, so you might want to get your
what
muscles.
Receding muscles?
You don't.
That doesn't even make any sense.
You never had them in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't. Right? Can you turn on your camera and show me your hairline?
I'm in the dark right now.
Well, then turn on the light.
And
fixed. See, perfect, right? Turn on the light.
I'll come on here some other time.
Oh, so you can't do it right now. Real alpha of you, by the way. Real alpha, dude. I'm such a beta, dude. Such a beta.
Well, I actually have coconut oil in my hair right now, so I look like
yeah, dude, you're not calling me a beta while doing this, bro. I can't.
Hey,
that's wild, dude.
Things. It doesn't make me a beta.
All right, I'm gonna go on to the next person. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
I know.
All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you consider me beta. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 250,000 likes. If you want to show the live out to more people, let's try to get to 500 shares. But let me go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you consider me beta, y'all. I just tried to add RC. He's not even joining in. I appreciate the crown. Thank you so much. We got to go to the next person, everyone. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, everyone. Appreciate all the gifts, everyone. Appreciate the gifts. Tap that screen, y'all. Appreciate the money gun. Thank you so much, Loch Ness. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 24.
For sure. Do you consider me beta?
Stand up real quick. Can I get a quick analysis on your character? You like stand up?
Why do you want me to stand up?
I need to see the full character.
The full character. We need a character profile, chat. We need a character profile.
All right, now do like a turn. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's definitely beta, bro. Oof. I don't
So
know if we can
beta.
fix
So
this one,
beta.
boys.
So real. All right, we're gonna go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Of course, that happened. We gotta love that. All right, everyone, if you fucking consider me beta, send a guest request right now. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? I'm 19.
Do you think that I'm beta?
Yes, and for
Why
one
so?
reason. My reasoning is that if you were alpha, you wouldn't be fucking asking, man. You gotta just be alpha. Just don't be asking people if you're beta. Like, that's what betas do. Like, just be.
All right, we're gonna go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Tap that screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 42, 43.
Do you consider me beta?
Yeah, but probably not in the sense that you're thinking. Alpha is when is before it's released, when it's still got all the bugs in it, and beta is. You see what I'm going. Okay, I got
appreciate
that
it.
out.
Thank you so much,
can let
Jamie.
me-
Yo, W. W's in chat, everyone. W's in the chat. I'm fucking dead. That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. We fucking love her for that. Love her for that. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Only send a guest request if you disagree. If you consider me beta, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Do you think that I'm beta?
What does beta mean?
How do you define it? I don't know.
Beta for what?
I don't know. Have a good day, man. Only send a guest request if you know what beta means, chat. Okay. I honestly don't know what people mean by beta. I'm trying to figure out. Like, they consider me it. I don't know. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Yeah. Do you think I'm beta?
Probably.
Why so? Oh, he ain't got shit. All right, let's go to the next person. If you consider me beta, send a guest request right now. Only send a guest request if you consider me beta, everyone. You already know the fucking deal, chat. You already know the fucking deal. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 18.
Yeah, do you think that I'm beta?
I do, yes.
Why so?
So definition of beta male is a subordinate male animal in a group, right? And the definition of subordinate is lower in rank or position. And considering that you're not a high-ranking official, then you are beta. And
So you consider yourself beta?
In the Great Society, yes, I do.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate you coming on. All right, we're both betas. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's go to the next person. Fair. That's fair, honestly. That's fucking fair. I'm sorry, it's fair, dude. The fuck? All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Yo, chat, can we do a betas unite? A betas unite in the chat. W up betas. W betas. Betas rise the fuck up. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Yeah, do you think that I'm beta?
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Yeah, you're beta.
How am I beta?
You're short.
I'm short, so what's tall?
7.
7 foot? Are you 7 foot?
Yes.
Proof. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. Proof. Turn on your webcam and go in front of a door right now, because doors are normally 7 feet tall. Actually,
Yeah,
you don't
it's
have a
dark.
camera. That's tough.
Yeah, it's dark. It's dark, right?
That's tough. He said it's dark. He can't even turn on a camera. You don't even have the fucking ability to on TikTok. All right, yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 25.
Yeah, do you think I'm beta?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
Well, just for the fact that you think that body count doesn't matter for women, and can you fight?
I think it should matter for men and women.
Can you fight?
Can I fight? Sure. I think it should matter for both men and women equally. So you were wrong on the first claim.
Well, I think it also matters for men, but I don't think it matters as much.
Yeah, but so like I mean I think that's a beta position for you to hold men to less accountability than women.
Well, I just think that women are born with value and men are not.
Appreciate it, Nita. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so if there's 50 boys on one side of on one side of like a, or actually here, I'll ask you this question, right? So let's say that there's one girl on a train track, and there's a train track that's about to go over the train track, right? Let's say that there is a on the other side of the train track, right? If there's like a little like switch, you can pull the switch, right, and it will change the train to a different track. Appreciate it, Gabe. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it so much. And on the other track, there's 50 men. I mean, 50 little boys. Okay. So on one track, there's one girl. The other one, there's 50 boys. Right. The train is going down the track. It's about to run over over the one girl. Right. Would you pull the lever so it went over the 50 boys because 50
No.
boys are less valuable than the one girl?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Wait, but remember, boys aren't born with value and girls are?
But that's a stupid example.
How? That's a trolley analogy.
Because we're not talking about life or death. We're talking about sex.
No, we talked about value.
Right, but then you're putting it like towards life or death, which we're not talking about that.
Which relates to value, right? Because you'll want to save the individual that has more value.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with that. I just don't think that's an example that.
Okay, I don't think that's an accurate response to anything I've said. Do you want to give me anything here?
Well, okay, so like if body count doesn't matter, why do women?
I said it should matter for both men and women the same.
Right, but why do women? Let's say women will call other women that they don't like sluts. They will call them.
Cancel that word by the way.
They will shame them. They will shame them based on their body count. Let's say if a girl has a boyfriend and her boyfriend sleeps with cheats on her and sleeps with another girl that's has a high body count. That girl is gonna shame the other girl and call her a slut because of.
You can't say that word. TikTok TOS.
Okay, sorry. So why do women, if body count doesn't matter, why do women shame other women based on body count?
Why do women shame other women? Because societal expectations, right? Societal expectations allow for people to use that against other people, right? Like you could say that with anything, right? Why do men shame other men for shorter height?
Well, and then also like I'm not a promiscuous guy. I am confident. I'm attractive. I consider myself attractive, but I don't like, just fucking girls or whatever. I don't think it's right. However, I do think it's more important, and men should be held accountable 100% for their actions. I think they should have more self-control. But I think nowadays, being promiscuous in women is encouraged when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, so how am I promoting promiscuity in women? I'm just holding men to the same level of accountability.
Well, you're saying that body count doesn't matter, which
dude, is this guy like incoherent? Dude, I
know people, and it's life experience.
No, Angel. When did I say that body count doesn't matter? Please let me know.
Well, I think you had a caption earlier. I came across this live, and you had a caption like that.
That said what?
That body count in women don't matter or something like that.
No.
Well, what was it exactly what you had on?
Why should body count matter for women but not for men?
Well, I think guys do the fucking and women get fucked, right? Women bring life to this world, men don't. And therefore, being intimate should be very, very, sacred.
If a woman is infertile, does her body count matter? Well, shit.
I mean, yes, it does, based on morality.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't relate to one's ability to give birth.
It's just morality,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you're getting married tomorrow, right? You're gonna marry this girl, and then the same girl. Let me give you that basically that train analogy that you gave me. You're gonna marry this girl, has a She's a virgin, right? But then would you, if body count doesn't matter, or body, would you marry that same girl? Let's say you have them side by side. One of them has a 200 body count at 25 years old, and the other one has she's a virgin. Who would you choose? Would you
The person who's a virgin is more likely to be compatible with mine as if I have a low body count, right? But if it was the case that I had a high body count, right, it would be the person with a high body count. And if it was the case that the person with a high body count, right, was more compatible with me, then I would pick the person with the high body count, right? But the person who has a lower body count is more likely to be compatible with me within the respect that we're more likely to value intercourse the same, or more likely to have a similar drive when it relates to engaging in intercourse, things like that.
I mean, I also believe that whenever a woman, I think women with high body count, they're susceptible to not be.
Hey, can we explain why I'm beta?
I mean, if you can fight, I would say you're an alpha. I mean, you have a platform here. It seems like you have a lot of followers. I would, expect for you to have money and be at least monetizing off of this. So you can provide, right? You can provide. If you can protect the girl and you can fight, then I would probably consider you a little bit of an alpha, but with this mentality that you're I think that would kind of, I don't know. But if you can protect and fight and defend a woman, then
So what makes me beta then?
if you can't fight and you can't protect a woman, I would say that's why.
Can you fight?
Yeah.
Okay, what classifies that you can fight?
Well, I train.
Okay, just because you train doesn't mean you can fight.
I mean, yeah, it does. You train for it.
Not really. If I train, that doesn't mean I can fight.
I mean, but it means that you're at least trying to get better. And I've been training
But
for
that doesn't
years.
mean you can fight.
Well, I've been training for three years now, so I'm pretty sure
That
I
doesn't
can
mean you
fight.
can fight.
It does mean I can fight.
I don't know.
So
I did kung fu when I was a kid. For years. Does that mean I can fight?
no, that's when you were a kid.
So? I remember? I did it though.
I trained yesterday though.
So?
That wasn't when I was a kid.
Okay.
No, but I mean, I'm always rooting for men and for men to get better, physically and mentally. So, if you don't train, it'll be a good thing if you do,
I'm just asking how we quantify whether or not someone can fight. And it just sounds like all you have to do is train. So if I train, even though I generally don't gain any skills or characteristics, right? That doesn't, I mean, that then under your definition, I would technically be able to fight, right? Yet I still can't fight clearly.
I mean, why do people go to college, right? So they can train, so they can study, so they can gain skills, so they can get a job, right? It's the same thing. Training, you learn, and you start, learn.
Yeah, but I mean, just because you go to college doesn't mean that you actually learned much.
Well, I agree. But
can you train MMA and be bad at MMA?
You can definitely. Yeah,
okay,
I agree.
So that's the point I'm kind of trying to get to. Is that you literally you can not necessarily have good characteristics when it relates to
Well, yeah, I mean, you can train MMA and be bad at MMA, but then after months of training, you're gonna get better, and that's just the reality for pretty much everything that you train for. So if you're with your girl and you're walking with her on the streets, two guys come up and they're disrespecting her or whatever, how are you gonna protect your girl? Tell me. Are you
There's
gonna
two people disrespecting my girl?
Yeah, like in the streets at night. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fight off the guys? What are you gonna do?
It depends. Like are they trying to hurt me?
Well, they're disrespecting your girl, and what if there's a threat there? What are you gonna do?
What type of threat?
You don't know how to fight.
What type of threat?
I mean, I don't know. Let's say two people that you don't know.
I mean, if they're just talking shit, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the TikTok live, right? And we're gonna start roasting them, right, in front of 1,000 people at least.
No, we're not talking about TikTok live. We're talking about real life here.
Yeah, I'm talking about real life. We're just gonna whip out the phone, right? And we're just gonna go live. We're gonna be like, this guy's trying to make fun of us right now, chat. What does he think he's doing, right?
Wait. So if someone goes and disrespects your girl in the streets, you're gonna pull out your phone and go live on TikTok?
Yes.
That's why I think you're definitely a beta.
What makes me a beta for that?
Because someone's disrespecting your girl, you're not doing anything about it, and just like the other guy that was
I'm
here
doing.
said,
Yeah, no. You know what I'm doing about it? I'm debating him. Right. That's
yeah,
what I'm
but
doing. All right. I'm gonna
that's what
show,
the other
right, that
guy
he has
said
no
though.
clue what's going on. Right.
Girls are
It's a
gonna
different tactic. Right.
but girls are gonna want to feel secure, like that other guy was saying, and it's true.
Yeah, and
And
we're gonna feel secure, right? I mean, if they try to do anything bad, right, 1,000 people are gonna see it at least.
yeah, what if they have like ski mask on? It doesn't matter if you go
So
live.
now,
What are
so
you
now
gonna
we're
do?
changing. Now they have ski masks on. I appreciate the crystal. Thank you so much. So it's not just normal people walking the street. They have ski masks on. What do they have guns too?
I mean, if they did, you still have to do something about it. You can just pull your
If
phone
they have
and go
guns, what
live,
am I gonna
bro.
do?
You can't just pull out your phone and go live. Your girl's gonna,
Well,
your girl
clearly,
after
I
that
can't do
night,
anything.
after that night, your girl's not gonna see you the same. She's not gonna feel
She's not
safe
gonna
with
see me
you.
because I didn't try to like fucking James Bond fight two people with guns.
No, but at least stand up and have some fucking backbone for your girl. That's
So you
any
want
girl's
me? What do
gonna
you want me
wanna
to
feel
do? Actually,
protected.
no. Tell me what do you want me to pick a pebble off the ground and throw it at them? Like
And all the girls in the chat, like, supporting this, like, you're lying. At
supporting
the end of the
what?
day, you want to be with a guy that can defend you, that can protect you. And apparently, if he's gonna pull out his phone and go live, he can't. He can't protect you. You
Dude,
know
what
what
are
I'm
you talking
saying?
about? Yeah, I'm gonna go live. Yeah, they're talking shit, right? I'm gonna talk shit back. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go in front of 1,000 people. No, I'm just trolling, by the way. Clearly speaking, I'm not gonna go live in a circumstance like that, right? The fact
Okay.
that you actually thought I was being serious is very concerning. It really is
Well,
concerning,
I mean, some people here on
right?
TikTok, like that's all they make their life about, their personality about. But I'm not saying that's you, right? But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I
no,
would be surprised.
I'm clearly trolling, right? But when it relates to these circumstances, clearly speaking, right? If I can do something about it, right, about the circumstance, right, to either get us out of the circumstance, keep us safe, right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do whatever is going to keep us most safe, right? If it's someone trying to rob us, it is the case that you literally do actually like give them your stuff, right? That's actually what keeps you the most safe. It's not fighting them. Even if you have training, right? It's not fighting them.
Right. No, I'm not saying you're gonna have to fight, but as a man, you have to be, a stoic, and you have to not feel pressured under these situations, and being able to make the right decisions, whether it's to escalate, I mean, de-escalate, sorry, or if they step over
Yeah,
the line,
and
then you have to.
what makes you think that that's somehow different with like me as someone else?
Well, I initially asked you if you could fight.
I
So
can, but I don't
if
like
they do
train all the
cross the
time.
line, if they do cross the line where they start, let's say, touching your girl inappropriately, or push her or punch her, or they try to take your
Yeah,
money or something,
you try to get away and you try to stop them from doing that physically.
by fighting, right?
You can That can be part of it. There'd also be other people around in public that could help.
But what if there's no one?
If there's no one, then it would just be me.
Right. It would just be you. And
What's your
at the end
point?
of the day, any woman is gonna want to feel protected. So as a man, as an alpha man, if you want to be
So
an
then
alpha,
why don't women, right, particularly try to be with people who are like extremely buff or something, or like can fight? Why don't they prefer to be with men like that rather than other types of men?
well, I'm just because you're buff doesn't mean you can fight. That's one. And then,
It's a sense of protection, isn't it?
I mean, if you say so, but I know a lot of buff people that can't fight for shit. But um, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's my point.
Okay, so your point is that if you can't fight, right, then you're beta.
So, do you consider yourself a beta or an alpha?
I don't consider myself either.
So then, why are you asking the question?
Because some people consider me beta, and I think it's fucking stupid, and I want to talk to them.
So, but if you don't consider yourself alpha, why debate it?
Because I just told you.
You don't consider yourself alpha, though. So then,
Yeah,
why are you
so?
debating it?
Because I think it's funny that people think that I'm beta, and I want to hear why.
So, would you think you're an alpha?
Would I think that I'm an alpha? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean by alpha?
Well, would you think you're an alpha?
Did you hear my question?
Well, I mean, like I said, you have a platform here. I'm pretty sure you're monetizing. I don't think you're broke, right? I'm pretty sure if you have a family, you would provide. You'd be a good man. You'd provide for your son and your family, right? I think part of being a high value man or an alpha is being able to protect your family, being able to have some critical thinking, to make the correct decisions, stay stoic under
Is
pressure.
Donald Trump an alpha?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, he can't protect people. What is
But he
Trump
has
gonna
the
fight? Can
money
Trump
to.
fight? Can Trump fight?
But he has the money
Appreciate
to.
that, mustache. Thank you so much. Can
He
Trump
has the
fight,
money.
bro?
He has the money to hire like Secret
No,
Service.
but if they're not around, I have the fucking money to hire people. Trump can't fight if it was just him.
So you have the money to hire like.
Wait, so your view is
bodyguards.
Trump is beta?
No, I don't think Trump is beta because he has.
Wait, but he can't
status.
fight, dude.
But he has status. He has status like he's
So?
he's a multimillionaire.
So he a billionaire apparently. I just have one question. Do you really think that this guy is going to be able to protect people? He's going to be able to fight? Do you really think he is?
I mean, against who? Depends who. Against Joe Biden, he can definitely beat his ass.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say Joe. Under your view, Joe Biden's also going to be beta.
I mean, he has a status. He has Biden has great resume when it comes to politics. I mean, even though he was pro segregation, right? But
I don't think that's true. He was like against like busing or something like that. So I'd have to check that. But like, yeah,
there's videos of him.
So like,
back in Congress talking about him being pro segregation. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So you can show me the video. I'd love to see it. But like, yeah. So, but again, when it relates to this, I'm confused how that relates to what I was just saying.
To what?
What we were just saying.
Well, you brought up Trump and Biden.
Yeah. So again, Trump, right? You consider him beta, right? Because he can't fight.
I consider him an alpha because he has status and that's what.
What is status considered? Just having money?
Yeah.
So it's not based upon whether or not you can fight.
I think. Well, no, obviously not. If you can fight, and
obviously
not.
Okay. So
no.
Then why am I beta? Why am I beta?
Let me give another example though. There all of these things is what make you an alpha, right? You have to be able to know how to fight. You have to have money. You have to have network. You have to have confidence. Because like, let's say you're rich, but you're fat, right?
Wait, is Mike Zuckerberg alpha? He has lots of money. He has status.
I agree. He's alpha. Yeah, he trains jujitsu. Yeah, he's alpha.
So okay, you think he's alpha? Okay, so
yeah, he trains. I mean, he built
is
an
Elon
empire.
Musk alpha?
I would say he's alpha. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
But he can't fight.
How do you know? I mean, I think he can beat Joe Biden. It just depends who you're putting him up against. But
I could beat Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think you could.
No shit.
Right.
He's literally 80 years old. Like, Law, I appreciate the feather flaw. Thank you so much. Feather flock. I appreciate it. What's your point? Bro, I'm so confused.
No, I just
all right, so
think,
this doesn't consider me beta because, like, again, you'd be considering Trump to be beta. You'd be considering this individual to be beta. Like, I don't know. I clearly Elon can't fight.
If you're gonna walk around, like, let's say you go out with your girl, right, and you're gonna walk around with security in the back, then okay, I'll consider you an alpha because you're moving like an alpha, right? You have security in the back, and they're both protecting you and your girl. So, I mean, by all means, if you go out there, you have status, you have network, you have confidence, you can protect your women by, if you hire bodyguards or whatever, then fine.
No, but again, we talked about the scenario where the bodyguards are not around. Can he fight?
Who?
Because, like, I can call the cops, right?
Well, yeah, but the cops can take 10 minutes to show up.
Okay. Well, I mean, so can their bodyguards.
No, their bodyguards are right behind you.
Let's say that their bodyguards aren't there.
Okay, let's say they're not.
Yeah. So can he protect?
Who?
Elon Musk or Trump, either or.
No, but they do have their bodyguards.
No, okay, so they're beta.
But they do have their bodyguards there at all times. What do you mean?
Well, no, but if they weren't there.
But they do have them there.
But if they weren't there.
But they do.
Do they have them there when they're engaging in intercourse? No, they don't, right? So they're not there at all times, right? It could be the case that say a fucking alien species comes. I'm trolling. Again, like the idea is that again, it could be the case. It's clearly possible, right? That they could be without their like what's it called, bodyguards and stuff. And in that scenario, you'd consider them beta. Okay, so it seems like you're committed to saying that Trump and Elon Musk are beta under your definition. Or you can reject the idea that it relates to like your ability to fight.
I think, look, it's because you're bringing up like these multi-millionaires, billionaires, people. Like, okay, that's totally different. They have an empire, right? We are the average people. You know, we are society. Those people do not define what we are, right? So I don't think it's appropriate to even use them as examples when it comes to us, average people.
Well, no, I don't see a reason as to why. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add or talk about? Tabby, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
No, that's it. It was nice talking to you.
Appreciate it. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree. If you think that I'm a beta, everyone. We're going to go into the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you think that I'm beta. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, share the live, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Hello? Yeah, do you think that I'm beta?
Yo. No.
All right, I'm just looking for people who think that I'm beta. Appreciate you coming on, man. Just looking for people who think I'm beta, chat. Tap that screen, everyone. Share the live. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, someone's woodworking in the back. All right, next person. All right, for some reason it won't accept this person. I'm going to go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. It didn't accept that person. Send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Yeah, Plutus. Plutus is that one person, I think. I would debate them. They just didn't add. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
Do you think that I'm beta?
Yes.
Why so?
I don't know you at all. I only know what I see on social media. But it appears that you lack masculinity. And yeah, there's nothing else to say. Honestly.
How do I lack masculinity?
It appears that you lack masculinity. I don't know you, so it seems like you do. Based off of your demeanor, your demeanor, how you speak, how you debate, how you just how you carry yourself on the internet, it appears that you just lack masculinity, which makes you
in
beta.
what capacity? Can you be specific?
I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just watching you and just seeing how you talk and how you move. You lack masculinity. I don't know what else to say.
What is masculinity?
The definition, or like what are you looking for? I don't know the definition on the top of my head, but I know I know parts of it. Like masculinity, obviously, is like assertiveness. You definitely do not seem like an assertive type of guy whatsoever.
What do you mean by assertive?
Just the way, like on your viewpoints, or just like I said, it all goes back to how you carry yourself, and the person you portray on the internet definitely is leading more towards a beta. As far as
what do you mean by assertive?
Direct, like very direct. Yeah, like your approach, basically.
So my approach isn't direct. How is my approach not direct?
I'm watching you. No, it's definitely not, bro. Definitely not. You beat around the bush a lot, I feel like, and you.
How do I beat around the bush?
You're not doing it right now, but I mean, I've seen your lives before, dude. Like you'll like answer a question without even answering it, or you'll just go in a circle.
I'll answer a question without even answering it. So you just contradicted yourself?
No, like that's what you do.
Yeah, me calling out a direct contradiction.
See, now you're trying to do this thing that you normally do, and this is why.
Was it not assertive for me to call out that direct contradiction in what you just said?
Dude, no. All right, that's not what I'm talking about. It's going over your head. The reason why people think you're beta is because of the person you portray on the internet, whether that's you in real life or whether it's just a character. At the end of the day, you don't appear to be masculine. You that's just it. Like you don't. It doesn't fit you. The shoe does not fit whatsoever. So you have to kind of be left with the phrase beta. We could all be wrong, but that's just what it looks like.
Yeah, but you can't even clarify what is particularly lacking of masculinity. You said I was not assertive, yet failed to substantiate the basis of me not being assertive.
All right. We'll and look, dude, this isn't me. I know why you're being called beta, but this isn't my opinion, all right? But
so you don't think I'm beta?
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Vanessa, I appreciate the
to you. I
Venmos.
kind of
Thank
do.
you so much. Yes, I am gonna punch a hole in the wall to show my masculinity.
No, it's not about punching. So let's start off with your voice, okay? Your voice. This is, and I'm telling you, this is why people are calling you beta. They look at small things, stupid things that shouldn't even matter, but it's the internet. Your voice. We'll start with that. You definitely do not have a masculine voice. Definitely, like from what meets the ear, you just
Don't have
don't
a
have it.
masculine voice. So
You
real, dude.
don't. Your voice is definitely in a higher pitched tone, and this is just what the dude. This is the internet, so you know they're gonna pick the smallest things to call you whatever. But this is why you're getting called.
Wait, so you don't
beta.
believe this?
Why are you asking? Why is it so important what I believe? I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I'm just being assertive and asking what you think, bro.
No, the fuck you can't, dude. That's not how that works. You can't freaking try to. No, this isn't a change in the matrix. No, you're stuck with the beta tag, and in order to change that, you have to freaking change the perspective on.
You want to know something that's really like assertive? I think that was pretty assertive. All right, let's go on to the next person. Everyone, only join up if you're assertive enough to debate. Everyone. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get the 500,000 likes, y'all. All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. All right, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I've never seen him do that before. Yeah, no, I don't normally. Join Dean. Maybe we will. We'll see at some point. All right, let me go to the next person, everyone. For some reason, it's not accepting people up here. Trying to get a debate up here real quick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 20. Yeah, I'm old.
You said what?
I'm 24, mate. I'm
For
old.
sure, man. Do you think I'm beta?
You're insecure, aren't you?
I'm insecure? And what?
No, just in general, are you? Yes, no?
Maybe there's some insecurities that I have.
If you're not in a room, what's that room missing? If you're not in a room, what's that room missing?
Me.
What values do you bring to that room?
What values do I bring to that room? It depends on the room.
So you argue every night, and you've always got answers tip of your tongue, but when you get asked about yourself, you got nothing.
I'm just clarifying the question.
Then answer it now.
Well, I don't even know what the question is fully referring to.
So basically, what do you bring to the room? Like, do I put this right? I am the funniest person alive. If I'm not in a room, that room is missing comedy, pissing yourself, and good times, yeah? What the hell is that room missing if you're not in there?
I don't think that's laughing with you. I think that might be laughing at you. But when it relates to like the room, what's missing? Cringe. That's what it's missing.
So you bring cringe?
Yep.
At least you know that. Yeah, God, I think you're fucking insecure as shit, mate. Nothing against you, but
How am I
true.
insecure?
Why do you do this every night?
Because I want to influence people in a positive light, right? I want to lead to people critically thinking. And apparently, it seems like people who consider me beta don't necessarily critically think.
Would you say you're like a clever person?
No.
No? Why not?
I don't know. I just feel like it.
To be fair, you're not as bad as Dean. Dean's fucking insecure as shit. I can't stand that kid.
Why is Dean insecure?
Why is Dean? If I asked him the same question, he'd have nothing, mate. Basically, you're not as bad as it, but Dean, all this research, big words speaking, putting down people every night. Why? It's just hiding insecurities. For example, let's say last night you had the one about being gay and shit, yeah? If you saw, I can't remember what it's called if someone gets called gay or some shit, yeah? That in the street, would you say anything?
If someone got called gay in the street?
Yeah, if you saw like a homophobic thing in the street, would you say something?
Yeah.
Good. I don't think Dean would. You have my respect, though.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. Maybe me and Dean might go up to them together and debate them.
But you wouldn't on your own?
Oh, I would do it on my own.
That's good.
Laura, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I don't think Dean would, so why are you better? I will say one thing about alpha male shit, because when I started my business, I did need some sort of, let's say, an approach. I did try and look at the whole alpha male red pill shit. It's so much bullshit, man. To me, I don't know. What's your definition of like an alpha male?
I don't really have a definition of one.
Because to me, what I thought it would be
maybe like a man that thinks that they're superior to everyone else, has some perceived notion that they're superior.
So I agree with the superiority, but to me, it's kind of like you're kind of like superior because you're like the best version of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't need to say I am the best. Yeah, that's just ego, and that's what most people fucking have. That's what I thought you and Dean used to. Well, Dean definitely has it, mate. You don't have as much as I thought, and I'll ask about it. But to me, it's like being your best self, but having like really high traits that you work on. Yeah, that's to me what it is. Yeah. But most of what red pill shit is just about women. It's don't date this woman.
Wait, so hold up. Let's go back. Why am I insecure?
You're not. We've established you're not.
Oh, we're not. I'm not insecure?
No. You're able to answer me, mate.
Okay. So wait, why am I beta then?
Oh, to be fair, we're not. You're not. We've established it now.
Oh, so I'm not beta.
No, you're cringe, but you're good. Have a good one, son.
I guess we're not beta, chat. We're not beta. We made it, everyone. We fucking made it. We fucking made it, everyone. We're not beta. Let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
24.
Yeah, do you think that I'm beta?
Oh,
are you driving?
Daddy.
Oh, okay. I appreciate the mic drop. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. If you think that I'm beta, everyone, we're just looking for some debates, y'all. Just looking for some debates. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. Share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, y'all. Bro, these comments? Yeah, the comments are wild. All right, everyone. We're trying to get to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. We're just looking for people who think that I'm beta, y'all. Just looking for people who think that I'm beta. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
God, bro, that took forever. I'm 21.
Yeah, do you think I'm beta?
Yeah, I do think you're beta.
Why?
Okay.
Are you driving, by the way?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay,
I'm
just
on my
making
bed.
sure.
Okay. First of all, this is my second language is English, so if I mess up on a couple words, don't mind that. All right, I do think you're beta because, first of all, I feel like you're lying about that you would defend yourself or defend others in public. Like, let's say, like for that one guy that was, making an example, saying, if you're walking with your girl and then, a guy pulls up to you and like he wants to like mess with her, or he's calling your names and stuff like that, I don't think you protect yourself or you would protect her. You know what I mean? I feel like you're lying just because there's some girls in here. But by the way, the girls are delusional in here.
Why am I lying?
Because I really don't believe that you are gonna defend yourself or defend her. I feel like you would just run away and be scared and you wouldn't defend her at all.
Don't hurt me, please. Like, can you tell me why?
No, I feel like you will do that because I feel like you said, you trained when you were like a kid, karate. Like, you can't defend yourself, you know that.
Yeah, so why? So you think that because you have a perceived notion that I can't defend myself?
Yeah, of course. Then that means you're a beta. Well, it could be like, okay, you're 6 feet tall. That's not that bad, right? You have one good quality.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
6'1"? Okay.
It's not as tall as I want to be, of course, but either way, I do believe you're beta because you just can't defend yourself in public or defend others. I truly believe that.
What makes you think that you can defend yourself?
Because I train every single day, and I've gotten a bunch
Thank you
of
so
fights.
much. What if I told you that I actually train every day? I just have a sleeper build.
You don't got no sleeper build. I already saw your build when you stand up, buddy.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. I have a sleeper build. I have a large shirt on right now.
You took that shirt off. You already know.
I got a sleeper build, bro. Sleeper build.
Cap.
You just can't tell. You just can't tell, dude.
Stop. Okay. But for real though, like, do you really believe that you would defend somebody that you care about if you were in public?
Yes, dude. What the fuck? Yeah.
So you wouldn't run away. Okay, of course. If they had a gun, you wouldn't. Like, obviously, if you're smart.
If they have a gun, the best way to protect yourself and to protect the person you're with is just to give them your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's smart. Like, the other guy was like, "Oh, you got to defend your." No, hell no. You're gonna what? Trying to die? Be smart. But first of all, if he doesn't have a gun and he's just messing with your girl, or he'd like, let's say if he slaps your girl in the ass, or whatever, you can't just be like, "Hey, don't do that, buddy." You're gonna fucking slap him up. You're gonna fuck him up. It's as simple
Yeah,
as
what the
that.
fuck? You literally call the police on them, right? You make sure that they can't do that
Well, yeah,
anymore.
you could call the police after you fuck them up. You get them on the ground. You're not gonna just let that happen and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that, buddy." No, not at all.
No, I would. You don't like. You don't have to like. You don't have to like absolutely like fucking make them go to the hospital or something. But
Of course, not
yeah,
make them
you
go to
make
the
them go to
hospital, but you could put them
prison.
on the ground, or
You
you
know,
could
you
like
make them
fuck
go to
them up.
prison. Yeah,
It's
yeah, you get them on the ground and you
self-protection.
make them go to prison. Yeah, you
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that they can't leave. You make sure that they get held accountable for that because
Exactly.
that's
But
literally SA.
like I said, I doubt that you would do that though. It's like, of course, I mean, you probably feel bad. You're like, oh, what the fuck? I wouldn't do that. But I really doubt that you wouldn't do that though.
Yeah. So why do you doubt that? Like you don't have any reason to doubt that.
Because I mean, I already saw your build. You can't. I don't think you can fight. You said you fought in karate. You know, you're obviously
I
joking.
was like a kid, but like yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that or that would go towards like if right now, tomorrow, if it happens, I doubt that you could defend yourself or another person.
Yeah. So that, but who's to say that that means that I would try to or not?
Okay, but do you think it just? I mean, okay, that does
Like
make sense.
even
But
if you don't think that I have
at
the
least you
ability to
didn't
defend myself, which
try.
I clearly think that I could, right? I
So
don't.
you would try.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would defend myself or
Okay,
defend people that I care
okay.
about. Yeah.
That's not as bad as in you just run away. But I do believe that maybe you would get scared and be like, oh, just take whatever you want, or just leave my girl alone, or maybe walk away. But that's just me perceiving just how I see you as like right now.
Yeah,
You know what
these
I
are
mean?
your perceived notions of me because you have this idea in your head that or expectation of me because you've seen me on TikTok live a few times, right?
No, I mean I've only been here for half an hour, and like these people that are debating you are pretty slow. They don't feel like you're just making bad examples and stuff like that. But
What bad
this is my
examples am I
second language.
making?
No, they are they just
Oh.
can't really debate that good. If I was in my first language, I think I'll be better in debating this. But second language or whatever. But I truly believe that, like I said, I wouldn't think that you would defend yourself. That's why you're a beta. Maybe you're a beta as well because you feel like you seem like a feminine guy. I feel like, oh, another thing, on the other topic you were
What do you
talking
mean by
about.
feminine guy?
Why aren't people telling me to turn on my cam? Why would I turn on my cam? What's the
What
difference?
do you mean by feminine guy?
Uh, you just seem like a feminine guy. Like your voice, by the way, is just very like high pitched, like the other guy said. It's true. Again, you know it, but
It's high pitched.
feminine.
What do you mean by high pitched?
Like it's not masculine at all. Like I feel like you wouldn't even turn on a girl if you were talking to a girl. You know what I mean? Like it's very so light, bro.
So yeah,
No.
no. So girls would not be attracted to me at all. Is what your idea is?
I think they'll be attracted to you because you have a platform and you have like you have followers and stuff like that. But I feel like if
So
if
prior to
you
me
had
having
nothing,
followers, no one liked me.
no, I mean ugly girls. I mean yeah, I guess so. But if yo, I mean it's just I'm just being true. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
So you want to
fucking
know
lie
something
to you.
funny, dude?
Anyway, explain to me.
Do you think that your voice is deeper than mine?
Yeah, I do think my voice is deeper than yours for
It's
sure.
literally not, dude. It's
Bro,
actually not,
literally.
dude. I actually kind of feel
Bro,
bad for you because it literally isn't deeper than mine. Like I don't have a very deep voice, but like, dude, your voice is not even deeper, dude. It's not even deeper.
it is deeper. 100%. Okay. Let's just forget about the voice because you really think that my voice is
Okay,
not deeper than
okay,
yours.
dude. That's actually
All right,
fucking
all right.
wild, bro.
But it is true though. Like you don't have a masculine voice. Do you think you have a masculine voice or not?
Clearly, I have a masculine voice to some degree. You might say that there are feminine qualities to my voice, right? But clearly speaking,
Yeah, there's
there
feminine
are
qualities.
masculine qualities as well.
Yeah, because like if you're yelling in a group, like you're trying to lead a group, I feel like nobody was gonna follow you.
I appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much. I just don't yell at people on lives. What the fuck? I
But you
wouldn't
know
yell
what I
at
mean.
someone.
Hold on, bro. Like if you're leading a group, like you're back in the fucking days, you're trying to lead a group, an army, a Spartan. I feel like you wouldn't be the guy that's leading. That's why I would believe that you're a beta male, not an alpha male. You don't have the qualities of an alpha male. The only thing you have that is alpha male is probably status, but it's not that much status to be honest. You know that if you go in public, nobody's gonna recognize you.
So
I
what are
mean,
the qualities of alpha?
status, of course. You gotta have money. You gotta have people that have to feel secure when they're around you. So you gotta protect others and provide value to your family. I
Do you have
feel like,
money?
yeah, I have money. I'm
You
pretty
have
good on
lots
money.
of money.
I have
You
a good
can
amount,
protect
yeah.
people around you.
Yes, I can.
What makes
I
you think
wouldn't
that?
say this. I wouldn't try to debate you if I didn't have any of the things that you didn't have. You know what I mean? Like if I was you, if I was a beta, like a full on beta, I wouldn't debate you. That wouldn't make sense. I'd be contradicting me myself, whatever word it is. I know in Spanish though.
Yeah, so
But
alpha means you have money, means you can fight people, and means what
yeah.
else?
Well, you like status, of course. You need to have status. You need to have money. You could defend others, protect the people that you care about.
Those are just the same two you just said.
Okay, what did I say? Protect others,
And status and money.
have status, and have money. What do you mean?
That's
Status doesn't
one.
come with, I mean, what, status and money?
Money is literally a form of status. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. So, do you want to give me another
Okay.
quality, or are these just the only two?
Being very, very known, like,
Appreciate
people
the
that
handout. Thank you so much.
follow. That's like, say, I think that's the only thing that you have is just you have a little bit of status, as
Do
in
you
people
like
will follow
Trump?
you. But back then I didn't because I was very close-minded and I was
Do
in
you
different
like Trump
countries.
now?
Yeah, I believe
Okay,
I
okay.
like it.
So, can Trump like defend himself?
No, I think he's a beta. The only alpha quality that he has is just having money and power. When you that's another thing, having power. Be able to.
So real. Everyone spam in the comments. Trump is a beta. Everyone, you heard it here.
I don't think.
You heard it here, folks.
Well, you think he's an alpha?
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. No, right? But you like him and you think he's beta. Okay.
I like him, but I think. Well,
Appreciate the
what does
handout.
it
Thank you
mean?
so much.
That doesn't mean I don't like you. I don't hate you. I just think you're a beta. What does that mean? I have people that are friends that are betas. It doesn't mean I hate them.
No, but I'm saying you like him, right? And you like probably support him. You want to vote for him, yet you think he's beta. I just think it's really funny.
He's a smart guy, but he is a beta though. I don't think that if he was in public without any security guards, because he does have security guards 24/7, he would get slapped around.
So how much
So he
money
is
do
a
you
beta.
need to be considered like have
Okay.
enough status or something?
Well, money wise, I mean, maybe like, you could, live in a good place, having more than $1 million, like in the bank account. I think that's a good status right
You
there.
have
But
more
like,
than $1
if
million.
you're under, I'm close to it. I do real estate and I do, drop shipping.
So you don't have $1 million.
So I wouldn't, I'm close to $1 million.
So you haven't hit the point where alpha yet. Appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Maddie.
Well, fully, like,
You're
just
not fully
because
alpha yet.
I'm short off what
You're still
money.
beta. Appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much.
That's stupid. That's stupid.
You're still beta, dude.
No, I'm not beta. That doesn't make
No,
sense
you haven't
because
hit
I
a
still have
million
money.
yet, dude. Once you hit 1 million,
Bro,
then you can be alpha.
I said around there. I didn't say exactly $1 million. I mean, like, hey, you got to have exactly $1 million. Boom, you're an alpha. No, fucking Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his fucking name, he has $1 billion. And I mean, he does fight though. He does fight, but I feel like he is beta male. Like, he does seem like a beta qualities and stuff like
Appreciate
that.
that.
The way
Okay,
he
so
acts.
wait, what makes you wait? He fights, so what makes you think that you're a better fighter insofar that you are not a beta? Appreciate the handout. Thank you.
Because I fought many times in my life. And
I mean,
could
so is Mark
defend the people that I
Zuckerberg.
care about.
Doesn't he do
He
like
hasn't
jujitsu?
fought. He practices. That is not like you said.
And he
it
actually
doesn't-
fights and practices.
No, like I said, it's not the
He
same
probably
thing
has
as when
yeah,
you're
he
in
probably has better what's it called than you? Better training.
better training. No, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
dude,
Well, I mean,
dude is literally a
you're fucking-
billionaire, bro.
It's not the same. Like you said this to the other guy. It's not the same. If you go to you did karate when you're younger. If you fought in real life, it's not going to be the same thing because you're just practicing.
No. I'm saying it wasn't the same because it's been a long time, right? Like I haven't done kung fu in a really long time. If I did kung fu, I appreciate the Panther Paws. Thank you so much. Right? I would think I'd be fine. Like my fucking sensei from when I was a kid, he beat the fuck out of a lot of people, right? Like bro is wild. You know, like so. Yeah, clearly speaking, right? Under your definition, he'd probably be alpha, right? Even though he doesn't really fight people in street fights or something.
But I don't know. I feel like he really like be able to protect himself if he was fighting like an average fighter. If he was fighting like the average Joe,
him,
then yeah. If
Yeah,
he was
he
just fighting
could.
like a
What
Joe,
the
then he
fuck?
would-
Yeah.
no, I said
No,
he
bro.
would.
I
said
don't know.
he
Maybe
would.
maybe I gotta show you. This guy's a fucking G, dude. I gotta show you. He's
I
absolutely
said
he's
the average Joe. If he was
wild.
fighting an average fighter, the guy that actually fights, no, I don't think so. I
Oh
don't think he would-
no. He definitely would, dude.
So you think he's an alpha male?
Well, I don't hold to notions of alpha males and beta males, but under your definition, yeah, he would be.
Why, yo? Okay. Sorry, I was just getting distracted or I was reading the comments. But listen, I do believe you're a beta male because I feel like you wouldn't defend yourself. And when it comes
But
to
again, we already went over this. You actually did say
Yeah,
that
but-
you think I would.
What?
Yeah, at
I
one
said
point
that
you did say that.
wouldn't. I said like if you think that you would, then that's fine. But I doubt that you would. I just the way that when you stand up, you don't look like you could even defend yourself. I don't think you're that strong. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're that strong. Appreciate it, Mickey. Thank you so much for the hanging lights. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, but like I said, you told me like, hey, why am I beta? I'm explaining to you why you are beta.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think that your definition of considering me to be a beta would be actually applicable, right? As I mean, I could give you scenarios where there are individuals, right, that have the ability to fight, right, that you probably still wouldn't consider to be, right, alpha.
Okay.
Do you think gorillas are alpha?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think dogs are alpha?
It depends because there's some like bitch dogs like fucking
Like
Chihuahua.
like no, okay, so oh, I can give you like okay, so you do think that dogs that just defend themselves are alpha, but they don't have any money or status.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same
But they
Call of
have no
Duty.
money or status.
No, but you're taking this as a like a troll thing. You know, it's not the same thing. A fucking human and a dog. Come on now.
Yeah, so
But
wait,
it's
they
like
don't have
werewolves.
status though. They don't
It's
have
like werewolves.
status.
That's where they came from, like an alpha male as a werewolf, right? The one
But
that
but
leads the
but
pack.
dude, Zay, they don't have money or status. How can they be an alpha?
When it comes to humans, you need to have money and status to be an alpha male, not
Oh,
just.
so we have different standards with different animals.
I mean, of course, you know that's. Come on, you're not dumb. If we're not gonna compare ourselves to a fucking dog, come on, a dog needs to just be
Well,
like
no, I
be
was
able
I
to
was just
lead.
basing on your definition. I didn't know your definition was human specific.
Of course, I mean, what am I talking to a dog? I'm talking to a human. You are a human, right? You're not a dog.
Well,
You're
no,
not a
you
furry.
no, it's because you applied your definition of alpha, right, and beta to animals, right? But then you were like, oh, but these are different notions of alpha and beta. Okay, so then you equivocated.
It's obviously different. You know it's different
How is it different?
because they're fucking animals, bro.
Wait,
You
actually,
know,
Zay, I have a question. Actually, fuck, is he in the guest box? I want you to tell me if this guy's alpha. RC, turn on your camera real quick.
Listen, if I say the F slur, you're gonna cry. That's how I know you're beta.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't say the F slur, right? F
Why
slur is
not?
definitely a bad
Why
thing, right? To
shouldn't
say.
I?
what is this? A random guy, or is this you know this
No,
guy?
this RC's like a known gibberish generator on TikTok. Yeah, so
People
RC,
don't
can you
determine if
turn your
you're
camera real
alpha by
quick?
the way you
I
look,
just want to see if
it's your
Zay thinks you're
behavior.
alpha.
I barely even know him. Why would I just
Yeah,
what? Just
RC, just turn on the camera
You
quick.
don't
I want.
determine if someone's alpha by the way they look. It's their behavior.
Yeah, no,
I
but
think
he's
they
gonna
do.
determine whether or not you can protect yourself, RC.
What do I care if this LGBT member below me thinks if I'm alpha or not? I don't
this
care.
guy? What? Do you think I'm an LGBT number? I will slap the fuck out of you. Who are you talking to, buddy?
I don't know why that's bad. I don't know why you got mad. Like, what the fuck, dude?
You
Okay,
said
so
I'm a
RC,
member of it. I'm not no
RC,
fucking member of the
do you want to turn on your camera, RC?
LGBTQRW.
What is
RC,
the
come
way
on, bro,
my
turn on the
face goes?
camera.
How does that have to determine if I'm alpha or not? What a
Come on,
weirdo.
he has to see your build, bro.
It's to see my build. That
Yeah,
sounds
see your build.
very you know what. That sounds very you know what.
RC, just
Yeah,
turn on the
it's
camera.
fucking,
Stop
that sounds
being
fruity.
beta, bro. Turn on the camera.
That sounds fruity. That sounds very fruity.
Okay.
But
Well,
no,
I don't understand that either, right? Can you give me what does that mean, Zay?
you know what it means.
No, tell
You
me
know
what
what
it
it means.
means.
You know what it means.
Bro,
Being
is this
fruity.
No,
really
clarify.
ambassador?
I don't know what are the terms and like TikTok and stuff like that. You know, like I don't want to get you banned or get myself banned because you know.
No, just clarify.
Okay, fruity as in like
Appreciate the
why would I
subscription.
want
Thank
to
you
see
so much.
another guy's build body? You know what I mean? Like why would I want to do that? I'm not fruity like that.
You literally looked at mine, right, when I got up, right? So why wouldn't you close your eyes if you think that's some bad thing?
No, but that's like right now. Be like, hey, let me see your body right now. Like, there's a difference. The other guy was
We're
showing it
literally
without
doing
asking to
that.
show
I
it.
appreciate the rose. Thank you so much. That's literally what happened in that scenario. He literally said, "Can you get up so I can see your build, so I can determine whether or not you're alpha?" Right now, RC, turn on your fucking
Yeah,
camera, bro.
but there's a difference. I'm debating you. I'm not debating this random ass guy that
No,
just
you're
popped
not.
up.
I'm not asking you to debate him. I'll debate both of you at the same time. You're both going to be NPCs, right? I'm just asking, right, whether or not you think
There's
he's
no
an
way
alpha.
this guy called me an NPC.
Yeah, RC,
Okay,
you
yeah,
are an
exactly.
You
NPC.
This
said the
guy said
Taliban
NPC. That
belongs on
means that
Twitter
you.
because they haven't broke guidelines.
No, you didn't understand my claim, right? That was a descriptive claim, right? Because
Did
I
they-
was
did
relating
they
to the
break the
idea
guidelines?
that if you want to go around Twitter, right, it's not going to be the case that you can just say that, like, oh, it's going to be against freedom of speech, because that's a governmental policy. This is related to a private business, right? So private businesses determine what they see to be allowed on their platform and what they see not to be allowed on their platform based upon their community guidelines. I was simply describing their process so I could say this is how we should respond to this, right? That wasn't
Are
me
you
justifying the Taliban.
You're literally justifying why the Taliban belongs on Twitter.
No, I'm not. I actually think the Taliban shouldn't be on Twitter. Or what I'm saying is that the Taliban being on Twitter is going to be determined in a descriptive sense by Twitter using their community guidelines. Okay? You just don't understand anything. RC, like, bro, how are you this lost? I appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Yo, Zay thinks, do you like Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate?
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, this guy's a beta bitch. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you say that. You say that because you don't have the same qualities as them. Because you're a beta.
Yeah, I appreciate that
mustache. An anonymous profile picture. You suck off Andrew Tate. You suck off Fresh and Fit. You probably get no females. You think it's high value to say.
I appreciate that. RC uses the term female even though it's applicable to minors.
Wait, what? Why are
the female as a term is applicable to minors? So you're talking about people getting quote unquote females. That includes minors.
Obviously, we're not talking
why
about
are you talking about minors?
Crazy. That's crazy. That's
because
crazy,
the term females doesn't refer to just adults. If you say the word
obviously
woman, it would
we're not
refer to
talking about
adults,
minors.
but you were referring to
Obviously, we're
something
not
that
talking
was
about
including minors.
I thought it was pretty understood that I'm speaking about adults. Why
Exactly.
Are you thinking
Okay,
about
that's crazy.
No,
bro.
but he's using a term that is applicable to minors, though.
Bro,
That's
thank
very
you for
strange.
teaching me that, but that doesn't make sense.
That's
You didn't know that before? Oh my.
This is so strange. This is so strange.
Yeah, what's strange? What's strange with what I
fact
just
that
said?
you're
I just
thinking
called
about-
out the fact that you're literally
If
using
I
terminology.
say female and your default is to think about minors in the context of this
Appreciate
conversation.
the block. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're using the term female, right, in a context in which you're talking about people getting with other people, right? And that term it can be applicable to minors. That's why I'm telling you that. Right? What are you talking about?
P3DO, why does your mind default to minors when we're in the context of this conversation?
What?
I agree.
Because I'm literally calling out the fact that because men do this all the time, they use the term females, right, to refer to women, right, which does not specify
Parker,
that they're
if
talking
you're-
about adults. If you're
if
talking about
someone-
someone in
yes,
a
if you're
possible
talking in
romantic or
context-
intimate manner, right, then you
Yes.
clearly shouldn't do that, right?
And in the context of a dating conversation, if I say female, anyone that's not a non-3 PDO is not going to assume I'm thinking about minors. Come on, what a weird claim.
What are you talking about, dude? You understand that, again, I'm just telling you that it is applicable within that context.
It's weird.
Right?
that you
It can be
for the random
interpreted that
fact.
way,
You just
given
said
the
a
fact that
random
you
fact.
use it that way, right? Not
Weird.
only does it refer to that, right? It
Bro.
also refers to the context, right? That you are literally, what's up?
So you think that he was talking about minors, or no?
No, I don't think he was specifying minors.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
he
so
was
you're just-
using
you're just
something
saying a
that
random
was
fact. That's what
applicable
you're
to
saying.
minors, right?
So you're just saying random
what I'm
fact.
telling him to do instead is use the term women, right? Don't use the term fucking females.
No, because
that's
people
applicable
like
to
you
minors.
say women. You people like you say males can be women too. So I'm going to be specific. I'm speaking about females.
So it's again, it specifies particularly that they're adults, right? If you say the term woman, right, I know that you're referring to adult human female.
I thought definitions were subjective.
They are, right?
Okay, so I could mean adult human male when I say woman.
RC, I've talked to you before, dude.
Anyways, before you got off, you see, this is what leftists do. They'll bring you off into the weeds of some non-important subject to distract from the main point.
Dude, I'm literally just calling out the fact that this is something that's applicable in that context, right?
Okay, if you're not a non-3, if you are a non-3 PDO, you're not going to think I'm speaking about minors. Okay, can we get back on topic?
Bro, okay, we can get on. It's fine. Go for it.
So I'm going to say females because that pisses off feminists and they can cry about it because woman is not clarifying enough since y'all say a man can be a woman.
Okay,
now.
then everyone will just spam shrimps in the comments, RC. Like, you understand the same
That's
thing goes
crazy.
both ways, right?
That's crazy.
I'm not telling people
how
to
is
do
that
that. I'm
go-
saying
how is
people
that-
will do that.
Yeah, and you just gave them the idea.
No, they
Alright,
already
we're
do
gonna
that,
have
dude.
to-
RC,
yo,
RC,
yo.
you know how many times you've come to me complaining about how people do that?
That's crazy.
No, I don't care. I just think it's hypocritical that they want to spam the shrimp emoji.
Says
but
the
cry
one
if a
who's
guy
doing
talks
something
to-
hypocritical right now. You call that out, but then you do the exact same thing.
No, it's because they talk about body positivity, and in the same breath, they're gonna spam the shrimp emoji.
Yeah, and you literally think it's wrong to call out people, and you actually, here, let me say this. You think love thy neighbor, yet at the same time you do love thy neighbor, you treat people like shit, right? You demean women, you demean people who are trans, right? You demean
No,
people who are
just
gay,
feminist
you use slurs, right? Is that Christian-like? Explain
Just
to me.
feminist women.
No, RC, is that Christian-like? Is it Christian-like to use slurs?
I'm gonna use slurs as long as they keep indoctrinating this bullcrap to children.
Yeah, so again, that's Christian-like. That's what Jesus would do.
I point people to Jesus. I'm not Jesus.
RC, that's what Jesus would do, right?
I
He
point
would use
people to
slurs,
Jesus.
right? Would Jesus use slurs?
No, probably not.
No. Okay. Would Jesus be against you using
But here's
slurs?
the thing: every day. You
So
guys
wait, who's
say-
being hypocritical, RC?
So who's the one determining if a word's a slur or not? You people on the left are.
You don't think the F slur is a slur? You don't think the
No.
N word is a slur? You don't think that any of those words are slurs?
The N word, yeah. The F word, absolutely not.
I appreciate the Andrew. Thank you so much. What's a slur? Define.
Whatever hurts the feelings of the left in that day. That's what a slur
No,
is.
tell me what you think a slur is.
I would say no word is a slur because they're just
The
words.
N word. Is the N word a slur?
It shouldn't be. It's just a word.
What do you fucking mean? Wait, so you think it's justified to use the N word?
No, I don't
RC,
think
you
it's
think
justified. But
the
I
A
think
and
that-
the ER is
I
the
think
exact
that,
same word, by the
honestly, I
way.
think
It's just
white
difference in
liberals that are
vernacular.
more offended by the
It's different.
N-word.
It's different.
No,
think
it's difference
white
it's difference in vernacular, how it's said, right? That's literally actually it.
I think it
Exactly.
is. It's only white liberals being the most offended by these words and the people that are in the actual community.
Yeah, black people really.
What are
don't
you
fucking-
talking
they don't
about,
care.
bro? What are you talking about? You think
I'm
think
talking
that
about if you look at Zerka was on a few podcasts. He's a white guy saying the N-word. There's black people on the show. They don't give a crap. They just
because those people on the show didn't say anything about it doesn't mean that it doesn't impact people who are black. I think overwhelmingly speaking, hold up. Overwhelmingly speaking, people who are black would be against people who are white using the N-word. Clearly speaking, right? Like an overwhelming majority of black people.
He isn't white, but it's not the same thing. Like if he's saying the N word and he's not saying it in a bad way, then it's not the same thing at all. And if he's saying it with the A instead of a R, because if you're saying it with an R,
Dude,
of
the
course,
only
that's
distinction
bad.
is actually how it's said. Actually, if you look at like the tradition and the history, right, with the A particularly,
but
that
black-
is
okay.
literally just like people from the South saying it, right? That is literally the
Okay,
only
black
distinction.
people,
It is the
black
exact
people, they
same
usually-
word.
Okay, black people when they say the N word, they usually say it with an A. It means like a friend.
I
like,
appreciate
yo,
I appreciate
what's up?
the
How
box
you
though.
doing,
Thank you so much.
dude, right?
I'm talking about the history behind it. The history behind the
Okay,
word
but black
particularly.
people don't care. They don't really care. If you
Black
actually,
people
because
do care. What are you talking about? Do you want me to bring black people up right now that will
You're
tell
gonna-
you
you're
that they
gonna bring
care?
You're gonna bring a random ass guy that's gonna be like, yeah, I really don't care. But people don't care at all.
Do you want me to bring
yo.
people up right now that will tell you that they care?
Listen, I don't think black people are a monolith. Some people that are in the community are going to care. Some others aren't.
An overwhelming majority of black people care that people that are not black use the N-word. They think it's wrong, right? An overwhelming majority of people who are black.
They don't care if Latinos say it, if Mexican people say it.
Wait, yes, they do.
Nah, most of them don't. Mexican people.
What are you
usually
talking
say it all
about?
the time.
That's an
do you not have
anecdote.
Mexican
That's an
friends?
anecdote.
What?
That's an anecdote, right?
All right. First of all, like I said, most black people don't really care as long as it's not in a meaningful like a bad way, right? If it's just like, hey, what's up,
What
friend?
are
How
you
doing?
talking about? No, most black people absolutely would care. I can, again, you want me to add up people who are black right now to tell you that they care, right?
Yeah,
I can literally.
you got some delusional ass black people. They're saying they would care in the comments.
What? How are they delusional for saying that they care? Because there's a history
Not.
of fucking violence and subjugation targeted towards the community that they are represented by, right? Because of history of racism, Jim Crow, slavery, right? All these things are relevant in terms of this particular
All of
word
that
being
was from
used
the
in that way.
Democrat Party.
Nah, it's not
Yeah,
the same thing.
Democrats
because
that were
if a black
conservative,
person-
RC. Democrats that were
if a black
conservative.
person- If a black
Yeah,
person was
conservative
like
for the
trying to
wrong
be-
things, bro.
All right,
RC,
first
They
of
were trying
all,
to conserve. The Democrats were conservative when they were trying to conserve their racist policies. Then the Republicans at that time that were progressive
that were
progressive,
literally
passed all
liberal
the racist-
progressives. So ideologically speaking, they fucking agree more with people who are progressive changing the system than people like you who want to pull back the system, right?
No, I just don't want a bunch of people having words hurt and break their feelings and have that as an excuse for the shortcomings in their life. Oh, someone says the F slur on Call of Duty, your whole life's in shambles.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
No, come
I
on.
agree with
Right?
that.
No,
Someone
you
said
should
the
not
F slur on Call
normalize
of
using
Duty.
terminology like that, especially when you're fucking Christian. You should not be up here literally using terminology and normalizing terminology that is meant to be harmful towards people, not to be loving towards thy neighbor. You're literally being hypocritical as fuck, RC. You don't even understand your own fucking views
The
points
word means
at
a
all. You don't
pile
even
of
understand your own
sticks.
views.
You said
It's
definitions
different.
are subjective. So if I'm saying it in a way that's just like, hey, I'm using it to my friend that's being annoying. it
No,
has
but
nothing
the
to do
history
with
behind it, the meaning that it has, right, to people, right, is not necessarily not a real meaning. Just because it's subjective doesn't mean that there isn't an association with that particular
definitions are
word,
subjective.
right? The association is still real, right? Those
But you
people
said
still have
definitions are
understandings of that term,
subjective.
right? But that's not the understanding when it relates to the interpretations of other people, the history behind the particular word.
Well, I'm subjectively using the word in a different way.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't refer back to the context
Yes, it
of
does.
how it
I'm
is
not
used,
referring back-
typically speaking, throughout society. That doesn't
I'm not
mean that it
using
doesn't
in
have that
context.
reference at all.
It doesn't when I'm changing the
It
definition
does.
since you say they're subjective. No, it doesn't. How are you going to tell me the word I'm using is the way you want it to be used? I'm saying no. I'm using it for something
No, I'm
else.
telling you that it has implications on
No,
again
it
how it's
doesn't.
viewed in society
Not when
because
it-
other people
no.
have a different understanding of that word, right? That's the same thing if we're talking about the word woman, right? There are some people that understand the word woman to mean adult human female, right? So you can clarify what you mean, right? But there's not a past negative history behind calling people, right, the word woman, right, in a different connotation. Okay, so can you please tell me how
There
this
is
is
a
at all
history of it.
justified, right, for you
There
to
is a history of it. If you call
history of what?
if you call a trans man a woman, there's a history of that being a derogatory word.
Yeah, very clearly, right? I'm talking about, right, in general terms, right? General application, right? That's what I was referring to.
Ultimately, if words break your feelings, leave the United States. You're too weak. Go to Canada or something.
Dude, oh my God, bro. That's not addressing the claims at all.
It's just why are you gonna let words break your feelings?
Exactly.
What do you mean let words break your feelings? You understand that
It's
there's a
literally
history of
words,
this
man.
particularly, right?
It's literally words.
I don't
bro.
think you're understanding the history or the meaning that it has particularly behind this at all. Right? I
It
think what
only
you're
carries
doing
meaning
is you're
if you
associating what
let it
your
carry
experiences
meaning, bro.
are with it on Call of Duty or engaging with people in what you perceive to be not a bad way as some sort of basis for this claim. But you don't understand, again, the types of impacts that it has on the different types of beliefs that people have. Having or saying these different types of things, normalizing saying these different types of things perpetuates this idea towards people who are
Did I
black.
say I want it to be normalized? Did I
You
say that
you
I
are
want a bunch
normalizing
of
it.
people
You are literally
abuse?
normalizing it
No,
when you
I'm not
say that we're being
normalizing. No, I'm not.
soft for it. When you say that we're not
I
being
think
legitimate.
that I think that if someone has their entire day ruined because of a word, they're soft. Yeah. But I don't think it should be normalized. I don't think people should be out here saying it all the time. But I think that if that ruins your day because of a word, yeah, you're soft.
It just depends on the scenario when you're using it. Like if
Yeah,
you're playing
so
games,
again, right?
you're
So
talking to your
specifically, let me
friends.
ask you this question, RC, right? If it is the case, like my mom recently just got diagnosed with cancer, right? If someone came up to me, made fun of that, given the fact that they just heard about that, right? If I was affected by that for a day, would that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make fucking sense, okay? Because I have things to associate with experiences that I have. The same thing's fucking true for people that are subject of
Come on, you're
racism, are victims of
comparing apples to
racism.
oranges.
I appreciate the
You're
handout. Thank you so
comparing
much. No, I'm not, right? Because
Yes,
the
you
idea
are.
is that it negatively impacts people who are like affected by these different types of things, okay?
Bro, okay, so I'm gonna use your logic. Then what did a black person today that was born 20 years ago get affected by Jim Crow or the slavery? They weren't.
Wait, historical precedents that's led to people being impacted, whether it be
If you
through the
let
drug
it,
war, whether that
if
be
you
through
let it,
redlining,
if
whether
you
that be
let
through
it.
things that have impacts on the types
No,
of
it doesn't.
historical creation of wealth. Okay, you
No, it
understand that
doesn't.
creation of wealth has impact on me, right? My dad, where he is, my dad, where his dad was, that impacts where I am here today, right? That impacts everyone. So you saying that there wasn't impacts because of slavery, because of redlining, because of Jim Crow is fucking ridiculous.
All
Right?
of that
Clearly, that has
affected poor white
impacts.
people too. All of that affected poor white people too.
Nowhere
You
near
think
the same as it affected people who are black. You cannot say Jim Crow, redlining, and fucking slavery impacted white people anywhere near the fucking same as you could say it impacted black people
No,
in
not
America.
all of those things, but
Not even
redlining,
close.
sure. Redlining, sure. It affected poor white people the same that were in those communities.
No, it
Their
didn't. It
kids
was
had to go to the
specifically
same
targeted
school.
towards people who are black.
But the poor white people living in those communities had to send their white kids to the same schools. You think they were somehow privileged in being sent to the same school in the same community? No.
Right, but it was literally, they weren't subjugated, or I mean, stopped from being able to get to better communities because of their skin color. Right, that wasn't the stopping or the limiting of that. Appreciate the Lucy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Right, which was wrong. That's why we ended that many decades.
Right, you understand that that has implications on where we're at today.
Only
though.
if you let it. Did it have implications?
No, not
on
only if you let
James
it,
or
but
Oprah Winfrey or
because
Kanye
it has things that they're passed down throughout society. You do not think that, again, right? You do not think that people, again, the history, right, of what led before them, like the father and the mother, right, the grandmother, the grandfather. I do not think that affects it. By the way, people saying "add a black person," secrets is black.
I am black, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what people are saying in the comments.
I'm just waiting for RC to finish his monologue.
You just
Whatever this
went
is.
off the fucking topic. It was just like, first of all, it doesn't really. It's not a bad word when you're just saying it. When if you're playing games with a friend and you say the F word, right? It's not that bad. But if you're
What do
going
you mean
in
it's not?
public,
Why
and
is it
saying
not that bad?
But listen. If you're going in public and saying the F word, of course it's a bad. But it just depends on the scenario. If you're playing Call of Duty, people are gonna say it. You can't get butthurt. If you get butthurt, go play a different game. It's just simple as that. If Eminem right now said the N word, nobody would give a fuck because he has the N word
People
pass.
would.
Like
People would give a fuck.
Yeah, the sensitive
What is the meaning?
snowflakes will give a
I don't
fuck.
think it matters what situation you're in which you use the word. What matters is the meaning of the word. So in any scenario that you use the F slur or the N-word slur, it's still going to have the same meaning, regardless of where or when you use it. So I'm not understanding like why you just wouldn't use another
It's
word
not
or
the
just
same meaning. It just
refrain from
depends on
saying a
how you
word
use
that's been
it. It just
used
depends on how you
for
use it.
decades and centuries to
Okay.
dehumanize people. I
So
don't
if
understand
I
that.
right now if I
Hey,
said the
let's let
F word,
secrets
it would
finish.
hurt
Let's
your
let secrets
feelings.
finish. Hey,
It would hurt your
Zay,
feelings.
let's let secrets finish.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. It's both of those words are dehumanizing. So I'm not really understanding. If you could clarify for me why you would want to use those words in the first place, rather than any of the other millions of words that we have that you have at your disposal.
It's because it's more of a like, yo, okay, if you're playing I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna go in public and just say the F word randomly. You know what I mean? Because I know that it's not the same scenario as if you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing with your friends, and
Okay,
you're gonna say it as in, because it doesn't mean F, like when we say the F word, it's like you're dumb. You know what
yeah,
I
sure.
mean?
Okay, what way are you using it other than the way that it's
Like it means you're stupid. Like if you're playing games and you're talking to your friends and you're in Call of Duty, you say the F word, it means like, yo, you're stupid as hell. Like, what are you doing? Like, why'd you do that? It's
Why are
like
we
that. You don't mean it.
associating that with
exactly.
being
He
stupid?
likes men. You don't. He doesn't mean. They don't. You don't really mean it when it's like, hey, you like men. You know what I mean? But if you're in public and you say it, everybody's gonna be like, oh, okay, he's homophobic. It's different. It's different. It's not the same scenario. Like I said, if Eminem right now says the N word with a hard R, I mean not a hard R, I mean with an A,
He'd get
nobody's
rightfully
gonna care.
canceled.
Yeah,
He'd know he'd
yeah,
get
no, he's not
rightfully
gonna get
canceled.
canceled.
I'm
He's
sorry,
not
but
gonna get
no.
canceled. He's not gonna get canceled.
What
He
are you
He
would.
got
He
talking about,
absolutely
Zay?
would.
he got a great amount of people that are
You know,
black behind him
hold on. There's
without
a
him to say
reason.
it
I think there's a clear reason why Eminem doesn't say the N-word. Could you like
because he
maybe
doesn't want to. He doesn't
clarify
want
to
to. He
me?
can
Maybe
say
I'm
it
misunderstanding why he's never said it or why we haven't seen him say it. Do you know why?
because
Maybe.
it's not even vocabulary. If he wanted to say it, he would, but he doesn't want to say it
Yeah, why? Why won't he say it?
because he doesn't want to say it. If he
Yeah, but
wanted to say it, like
why
if he
doesn't he
actually
not
wanted to
want to
say it,
say it? That's circular. Can you just he doesn't want to
what do
say
you
it because he
mean?
doesn't want to say it. Like, okay, I get that, but why doesn't he want to say it? Do you have maybe an inkling as
Because
to
it
like an
probably was never
idea
in his
as to why
vocabulary.
maybe
If he was
he
saying it
wouldn't?
when he was younger, and then if he said it like right now, I think it would be fine. Nobody would care. Do
I'm
you
telling
know
you
who?
right now that I would care. Parker would
I mean,
care.
because you're probably
All
sensitive as hell.
the
Like I said,
plethora of
people are
black people
sensitive.
in the in the
Wait,
comments would
Zay. You
care.
think that only in the times we care, you just think that we're being overly sensitive. Can you justify as to why we're being overly sensitive? But whenever you care about the way that we refer to like another situation, right, that wouldn't be sensitive.
It's not. It's sensitive because he's not meaning no harm when he sings the word. If
Okay,
it was meaning
if
harm,
someone made
it
fun
would make
of
sense.
the fact that my mom just got diagnosed with cancer, right?
Okay.
Because they didn't really mean harm, is it still wrong?
What do you mean? If you made fun of it, that does mean harm. That means like, yo,
No,
what
but
the
they
hell?
didn't mean harm by it. They just meant to like joke.
Oh, if it's a joke, then yeah, it's a joke. It's a dark joke. Who cares?
Yeah. So who cares, right? Even though someone just
It's a
got
dark
diagnosed
joke.
with cancer.
Really?
Okay, but like it depends how far you push it. Like if you allow that, you're like, okay. And if you say something back to him that's a dark joke, then it's fine. Maybe his race or maybe like, the way he acts, which is fine.
What?
It just depends.
What, what,
If you
what do you mean a
depends how you
dark
take it.
joke, right? That's bad, right? By
It's
dark
a
joke, you're referring to like a joke that's literally bad, right? Like,
yeah, it's a dark joke, but people, it just depends how you take it. Like you're not gonna say a dark joke online and you'll be like, okay, it's totally fine. But
how
if
do
you
you
say it to your
expect me to take
friend,
that? Zay, please let me know how to take that.
okay, if we're saying dark jokes when we're younger, all our fucking lives, and if I just
No, no,
said it
no, no, no,
randomly,
no,
you
no, no,
wouldn't
no,
care that
no, no,
much.
no. Specifically, literally just got diagnosed, right? Tell me how to take
Okay.
that. Please let me know.
Okay, I would know that you're sensitive, so I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? If you didn't
Dude.
care, I would say it.
I'm not gonna like cry about you saying that. I think for the handout, I appreciate thank you, but it's fucked up. Like I'm gonna call it the
It
fuck
is
that it's
fucked up.
fucked up.
But it's fucked up that if you think it's fucked up. It's just simple as that. It's just the
So
way how
so
people
so
perceive the word.
Zay, I'm an advocate for like free speech, right?
Mhm.
Obviously you can say whatever you want, but just like the N-word, for example, if you go around saying that, knowing the history behind the word and not caring about it, it just makes you a shit person. I mean, can you at least admit that?
No, I don't think it. Yeah, I do admit that it's not totally fine. Of course, I got to change my vocabulary, and other people do got to change the way that they talk. But it's not that serious. It's simple as that. If you mean it in a harmful way, and
What
you
are you?
actually feel what?
What are you?
Well, like race,
Yeah.
Latino.
Okay, then who are you to decide whether or not you should be offended by the N word?
I said it a bunch of times when I was younger.
No, I know, but who are you if not black to decide like if other black people should be offended by that word?
Because I've known a bunch of black people, and they don't care. When you don't say it in a meaningful, like a bad way, they don't care.
Oh my God, I have black friends. That's what you sound stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds stupid, but like I said, if people don't care, and if I said it to my black friends before, and they don't care because I'm saying it in like in a friendly way.
You're
What's up, dude?
tokenizing your black
What's up,
friends,
dude?
dude. That's what you're doing right now. You're
Oh
tokenizing
my
black
God.
people.
Okay, how many fucking rappers, like fucking that one guy, the 6ix9ine or whatever, he says the N word all the time. Has he got canceled? No,
Yeah.
no.
Dude, I haven't heard of that man in so long.
Bro, he's still rich as fuck. He's not in prison. He's chilling. He has all the bitches in the world.
Do you see me supporting him?
Bro, who cares about you? What are you talking about? What the hell?
What do you mean? Most people would not support that, right? Hearing that,
Oh,
most people are not going to support that.
and then
There are
why is there
fringe people that
millions and
still
millions
support
of
him.
followers?
Thank you for the hand, I appreciate it. There are fringe
If I
people that
were
still
to call
support him.
you, if I were to call you like, how do I say this without getting canceled on here or bananaed?
I'm
Like
not sensitive. Just say it, bro.
something to do with like the fence and the border or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Would
I'm
you
not
not get
Mexican,
offended?
but
Would you
yeah,
not
yeah.
get offended by that?
That's for Mexican people, though. I
It's
wouldn't get
wrong.
offended.
Or any whatever you are. Um, is there a slur for your whatever
I
you
mean,
are?
yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, there
Right.
is a slur, but I
And
wouldn't get
you
offended if it's like if you're a random person and you say it to me, I'm gonna slap you. But of course, if it's a male, not a female. But if you say it as it to me, like as a friend, like we're joking around, it's fine. Who cares? Because I'm not sensitive. But if a person is sensitive, it is not okay because you're gonna hurt them feelings. Why would you do that? That's a shit friend.
honestly, I just
You know
don't
what I
think that
mean?
it has anything to do with your sensitivity or anyone's sensitivity. I think it has to do with the historical context of the word. Um, I just don't think
But
you
have you
maybe
seen
you
people
haven't
that
like
wear
read up on your
sombreros?
history or
That
something. Oh, but
yes,
that
yes. I read a good amount, but I'm in like I'm not fully on USA and stuff like that because I was living in a different country for 8 years. But first of all, like I said, I've seen videos of people wearing sombreros, they're like, "Hey, am I offensive to you?" And they're not Mexican, and they're like, "Yeah, it is very offensive." But when they ask people that are Mexican and they say, "Hey, am I offensive?" They're like, "No, this is totally fine." It
I
just
don't know, man.
depends,
You know what gets me? Like whenever you have to watch who you are around, like to see whether or not you should say a word, I feel like that should be a red flag in and of itself. If you have to censor yourself around certain people and you're aware of the fact that you shouldn't say this word around other people, maybe that word isn't a word to
No,
use.
you're right. You're right. You're right. That's what I do agree on. Like I said, if everybody could talk like normal people, which is fine, that would be better. But like I said, if you're talking to your friend and you're just messing around, it is okay. But if you're going to go in the street and just, say whatever you want and offend people,
That's what
it is
I'm
not okay.
saying, though. If you can say a certain word around some people but not others, maybe you should like reflect and think on whether or not you should say that word in general.
Just how it depends how you use it. Like I said, I'm not going to say the F
No,
word
dude.
to a bunch of people, but if I'm saying the N word with an A at the end, it is fine.
Okay, here, tell
Like I
me
said,
tell
six
me
nine
the
is totally
difference between
fine
the
with
two.
saying that.
Tell me the difference between the two words.
What F word and then the N word?
No, the N word with the hard R and the N word with the A at the end. What's
Oh
the
my
difference
God.
between the
Okay,
N
with
word?
the hard R, what, a slave? You know what I mean? They're saying it as in like you're
That's not
under
what that
them.
means. You think
But like
the
how
N
you,
word
you
with a
would
hard
say
R
it
means
as it,
slave? See, that just
no,
goes to show
that's
how
how you would say
uneducated
it
you are on
too,
this topic. Like,
bro. I'm telling you how I would say, you know what I mean? Like anybody else that would say it, they would say with the hard R, they would be like, okay, you're under me.
okay, what do you mean by N with the hard A or with the A at the end? What
with
do you
an
mean
A,
by
it's
that?
like a friend. You're like, hey, what's up, friend?
Why
How
don't
you
you just
doing?
say friend or homie or dude or dog?
It just depends how you're growing up, yo. Like I told you, it's just in the beginning. If everybody's saying it in the beginning, like you're growing up and you're saying it just, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Okay, so
With an A, it's fine.
if you grew up around a bunch of people who were jumping off bridges, would you jump off a bridge too? Like that's not just sounds
That
dumb.
doesn't
Just
that
because a
that
lot of
that
people
is
do it.
dumb right there. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would I kill myself?
or anything. If you grew up around people calling each other, I don't know, the F slur, would you just go around saying the F slur all the time? And it
But
just sounds stupid.
not doing it to offend my friends. I'm saying it as in like, what's up, dude? How you doing? Just because I say it in a different
Normalizing
way.
saying something just because like the mass majority of people that you're around are saying it, like, doesn't make sense to me.
All right,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So Zay specifically, right? Like, if you're saying if a mass majority of people do this thing, right, that means it's okay to do, right? If that is the case, right, a vast majority of men, right, throughout society, right, were marrying themselves or getting married to like young girls, right, literally like 12 to 16
yeah,
year old little girls, right? Does that
yeah.
mean that that should happen because that's what did happen?
I mean, it depends. Like, just listen, because I'm not gonna say in a crazy way. I'm just saying, if everybody in the whole world was doing that, right, it would be normal, right?
Wait,
Because we wouldn't think the wrong of it. We wouldn't think
Can
wrong
you
of it.
repeat that? Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, just for example, like let's say we're in a different world, right? If everybody was doing it and we didn't think it was wrong, then it would be right, right?
Bro, wait.
No, dude, no,
So if
dude, no,
everybody,
no,
Do you
man.
not
Oh my
understand what
God.
I'm
hold
And
saying,
on,
it,
bro?
no, no,
It's
no,
not
Zay, Zay,
right.
Zay,
It's
Zay, Zay,
not
Zay,
right.
Zay. And it's not. You think it's not right under your
It's
own
not
view,
right.
but
Of
in a
course,
descriptive sense, maybe people who grew up in that time might thought it was okay because it was normalized. That's the whole issue with normalizing things in society. Because when you normalize slurs, people think it's okay to say them. That's exactly the point that we would think is relevant in this scenario.
okay, but look at like I said.
like slavery in the South was normalized. The mass majority of people were doing it. Does that make it right? No. That's dumb.
Okay, I got a question though. Like,
That's
okay, let's say
crazy
a
to have
person,
that
black
belief,
person back
man.
in the days, obviously they think it was wrong, but they thought it was just normal. That's how it is. They're slaves because
Yeah,
the
they thought
slave
it was
holder.
normal. Doesn't make it
Right?
moral.
Yeah, but that doesn't
I
make it
know
good.
it's
That's
not
exactly
moral.
our
Did
point.
I say it was good? It's not good. It's not good now because we see that, okay, black people, they're actually regular human beings. They're just like us. They bleed the same. Everything's fine, right? Back
Bro,
in the
you're
day,
sitting
they
here
thought it
trying to
was okay.
normalize it.
They thought it was okay. If a
You're
black
sitting here.
person back in the days, listen, if a black person back in the
Okay.
day saw a white guy get chained up,
You're
they would
sitting
think it's
here.
not normal. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what
Does
you're
that
saying,
make
but it
sense?
sounds fucking stupid.
Does that
Anyway,
make sense?
so no.
It does
But
make sense.
anyway,
All
so
right.
you're trying to normalize it though. That's the issue. Like it should not be normalized.
I know it's not normalized. I'm talking about what black people were getting on what's it called? Slavery? It's not normal. It's
You
not
can't do the
fine.
N-word.
Oh, with an A?
Yep, connect the dots, connect the dots.
Okay, because you just fucking randomly just changed topics because I was talking about something else. Okay. With an A, it's not okay. I feel like I said, it's not okay. But if like if it just depends how somebody is like taking it. If they're sensitive to it, they're not gonna say it. If they're not sensitive to it, then it's fine to say it.
Bro.
It just depends how the person's receiving whatever you're saying. Do you understand?
Okay, is it ever okay to joke about like R word?
Okay, no, I mean I've said it before because I used to play Call of Duty, so I think it's fine when you say it with your friends. It's not fine when you're just saying it to a random
Oh.
ass person that actually has Down syndrome and you say it. That's
What?
wrong.
That's not
That's
what I'm
wrong.
asking you. I said R
No,
word like
she's
a
talking
grape.
about grape. Yeah.
Oh, I think you said I thought you meant the other thing.
No.
No, to make fun of that, no, it's not fine
Why?
because it's grape.
That doesn't answer my question.
But
Why?
with the A at the end, it's not the same thing as an R at the end. Do you not understand that?
What? I'm talking about grape.
I know you're comparing it to grape. Like I said, there's
Bro,
not a different way to say it to say grape.
No, we're
There's not
just
a
trying to
different way
see
to
if
say
you
grape.
if you like have like a standard, right? That you go off of. Like, do you ever violate this principle?
Yeah.
Um,
Is it ever okay
no,
to joke about grape?
no, because there's not another way to say it. As in, like, okay, that's pretty like
Grape.
good
No.
idea.
I could
Why
say
is it
grape.
not okay?
Because it's wrong. Obviously, it's wrong.
What?
Okay, so yeah, couldn't we just say obviously it's wrong to use slurs?
It
Mic
depends
drop,
how you
Parker.
say it.
Mic
With an
drop.
A, it's not wrong. With an R, it's wrong. Do you
It's
not
wrong in
understand that?
both situations,
It is
bro.
not wrong in the other way.
Oh
It's
my
just
god, yes it
that
is,
doesn't. It's
dude.
not the same thing. It is not the same thing, dude.
What if
Dude, okay. No, we're just like because you consider it to be wrong. So the whole point is that you just don't consider this circumstance to be wrong. So why don't you consider it to be wrong?
because look at the and with the A at the end and the R at the end, there's different ways to say it. With grape, there's not a different way to say it. Do you
Okay,
understand
No, no,
what I'm
no.
trying to
Give me
say?
the relevant distinction between those two words that indicates that one is okay, the other one's not okay.
Okay, then why don't black people say it with a hard R to their friends?
What?
Exactly. They
Like,
say it
dude,
with an A at the end. They say it
so
with the
that
A at the
literally
end.
it's
It
you
means
under
friend.
again.
It
If you
means
actually
friend.
look at the vernacular, it is literally the exact same word. I'm not joking, right? The origination of that word, right, is because of the pronunciation.
Yeah. I mean, and there were people even, I don't know why people have this idea that the ER was the only way that it was said back in the day. It was used like when, I guess, like specifically from people in the South, with the A at the end, because that's how they pronounce things. So it's still used in that way.
Oh, in the South, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
know. I
anything,
agree with that.
actually, yeah, if anything, the accent one, right, that was the most prevalent one as slavery was most prevalent in the South.
No, you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
Right? So like if
Yeah, so the
anything,
A,
actually it's worse. Yeah.
yeah.
Which it's
Like I
not,
said,
because it's the same fucking word, right?
but just listen. Just try to like be in my shoes. If you're not saying it in a bad way,
Bro,
right?
you're changing
You're not saying
your whole
you're not
thing
saying
right
in
now.
an offensive way. I'm not saying it in
You're
an
changing.
offensive way when I'm talking to my black friend or talking to anybody. I could say it to a white dude and be like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" You know what I mean? But in with an A. I think it just means like friend. You know what I mean? It depends. You're not
It
gonna see a
doesn't mean
random ass
friend. I'm
guy
telling you
from the
right now
suburbs.
that it does not mean friend. It literally means with both spellings the same exact thing.
It means
And it was
friend.
used.
When you talk to
No,
your
no, 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 no.
girls or you talk to a guy, you're
Look.
gonna say it.
I,
It means friend.
I, I side with you when I say that black people aren't a monolith, but it just, even. I mean, I don't know. I've talked to some of my older or elder family who actually endured being called this in its prime. And like my grandma was, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Help, but she was basically that. And she was called that word on the daily. And I've asked her, I've been like, hey, how did you feel about, these things that happened to you? She would knock me upside the head with a frying pan if she ever heard me say that. I mean, why don't we, I don't think that any person that was, I digress.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to pick up what you're trying to say. So, like I said, of course, like your grandma. If you say it around your grandma, it's not fine. If you're
Well,
saying
that's
it
not
with
what
your
I'm trying
friend, because maybe
to get through to you. What I'm trying to get through to you is that I don't think that anybody who um, lived
even
during the
black.
time of slavery or segregation would agree with us saying that word at all. Even black people. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, other black people can have their own opinions as well, and do with that what they will. And I think that's, perfectly fine for them to take back a word that they, you know, that was created to dehumanize them, right? Now, personally, I don't agree with it, but I don't see why someone like you or anybody else that isn't black should be saying it.
Okay. Okay.
Like
So,
it's not one, it's not yours to have. Um, and two, I'm sorry, I'm like flustered because I'm disgusted right now, honestly.
yeah, so bad.
I don't understand what.
It's so bad.
No, it really is because I mean, anytime I hear that word, and this is the reason I won't even say it. I refuse to say it as a black person. It disgusts me to think about what my grandmother had to go through, what my great grandmother had to go through, what my ancestors had to go through, in being called that word. It's disgusting, and the things that they had to endure while being called that word, like being beaten. Some of my
I
family being beaten
understand
to
that. I'm not an
death.
evil person. I
Um,
don't agree,
it's
them doing
gross.
that back in the
It's
days.
gross.
I don't agree with that, of course. I'm not a bad person like that. Like I said, if you're saying it in a way that doesn't mean like in a bad way, then I think it's fine.
Okay,
But in
if I
general,
said
like you
no, because
said
if
to
I
yourself,
said
but let me finish because I'll let you finish. So in general, like you said, you don't like when other black people say the word too because, it goes back in the days and it's a bad thing, right? I agree with that. Maybe the word shouldn't even exist, you know what I mean? But it does exist. But when people are saying it as just as in a friend, if they were born and black people said it to them, and then they caught on, and then you're born with it. I mean, you're like you grew up with just saying the word. I think it's a fine. I think a guy from the suburbs randomly saying it to their friend, I think that's totally wrong. That is not okay. But if it's normalized because you're with a bunch of black people, or you're in the rap like 6ix9ine, people allow it. He's not canceled.
What are you not getting right now? What are you not
Oh my God,
understanding?
do you not understand? Do I gotta talk slower? I'm confused. This
Dude,
is my
okay,
second language. I like, what do you want me to
if I
say?
said the F slur with like an A at the end, it still means the same exact thing as it did with the T on the end. It doesn't change
Yeah,
meaning.
people that are saying slurs in the comment section, right, and they're typing it with different letters, it's still the fucking same slur, right?
Right. And as I stated previously, dude, like I've already said this, the N word with the A at the end was also said during those times.
Okay,
It's
listen.
all a matter of
When you say,
pronunciation.
when I
That's
talk to my
literally
friends,
it.
I'm not gonna say as a friend, just the F word. I would say it with an A when I'm saying the N word. You know what I mean? Because it means friend. You're not gonna say "What's up, friend" with an F word. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You're gonna
What?
say it as an insult. You're gonna be like, "Yo, you're such a dumb." Like it means dumb when you're playing games. But if you're on like you're just regular, like just walking out in public and you're gonna say it, it's bad. Obviously, I agree with that. Do you not understand what I'm trying to say?
No.
Oh my God.
I mean, I
Can you?
understand. Okay, look, I understand what you're trying to say. It just sounds stupid.
I understand it sounds stupid, but people are
You
sensitive. If
understand
they're
it sounds
sensitive,
stupid, then stop saying it.
I mean, I can stop saying it. I can.
Well, why won't you?
I mean, I can. I mean, I could stop saying it right now.
Will
But
you?
do I choose to?
Do what?
Do I choose to stop saying it? I mean, it
Mhm.
depends on the situation. If it's truly that bad, I wouldn't say it. I don't think it's that bad. Like I said, it depends on the person how they receive it. If they receive it in a negative way,
So,
if you're going in public
so
and you're saying
everything,
it as a
so
slur,
everything that, so everything that Black people went through while being simultaneously called that word doesn't matter to you.
no, it does matter. I do believe it matters. But like I said, right now we're not back in the days where everybody's saying it as a friend. That's why you said black people shouldn't say it too, but they do say it as a friend.
Bro,
They mean
you
friend.
don't. I don't see like a reason why the meaning of the word changed. It's like if I called you the F slur and then I said, "Oh no, now it means friend." So anytime I call you the F slur, it means friend now. Do you see how
I
stupid
mean,
that sounds?
I wouldn't say it with you because I mean, you obviously like are sensitive to the word. So you know what I
Wait, so
mean?
Zay, if someone made a grape joke, but right, they just redefine the word grape with like a different
How
word,
would you
like
redefine it?
if they redefined it as like ice cream, right? Is it okay?
That doesn't make sense because how do you redefine grape
They
as
redefine the
ice
word.
cream?
They use the word, but they redefine it. So they
Just
still
like
use
they
it.
did the N
They just say
word.
that they defined it differently.
Just
Instead, it
like you're
means friend.
saying,
Yeah.
right? Just
It
like
goes
you're
like
saying
with
that
language.
they
It
should be
goes like
saying
with
it.
language. I think there's an Asian language that says the N word and it means something else and it doesn't mean the same thing as the N word. Do you understand?
Wait, sorry. Say that again.
So there's an Asian, I don't know what language it is. If there's probably somebody that's Asian in here, there's a word that sounds like the N word, right? So they say it. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Because it's a different, the way you say it is different. It means something else. When I say it, I mean, it means like, hey, what's up, friend? When somebody else says it in a negative way to like make somebody feel bad, that is wrong. I do agree with that. I'm not saying just go in public and be like, hey, yo, what's up, N word? Like it doesn't, it's not fine. But if you're chilling with your friends, they're okay with it. Of course, they got to be okay with it to say it. Then I think it's okay. If you're sensitive to it, that's fine. I wouldn't say it around you. But if I was by myself, or if I was like a couple friends that were a lot like are fine with it, then I would say it. I don't care.
Yeah, so you thinking that just because you're like you have a few friends that have said that like they don't really care about it doesn't actually necessarily speak for like most people, right? That would just be anecdotal within the same notion that you would say that people are just saying that it's wrong, they're just being quote unquote sensitive, right? Or that's just like anecdotal, right? When it relates to them. Right? So why is that a justification when it relates to saying that it's okay and justified, but not when it relates to saying that it's bad?
Okay, for an example, you know 6ix9ine. People are saying he's canceled. He's not canceled. First of all, he still has his money. He still makes music. He's been saying it all this time. He hasn't went to prison. He hasn't got canceled because people think it's
He did
fine.
go
It's
to
just the way
prison
how
for a
he's
lot of
saying it.
that, didn't
He's
he?
not saying it in a bad
Anyway,
way.
who
If he was
cares?
saying it in a bad way, he would have got canceled.
Okay, but wait.
He hasn't been canceled though.
I have
He's
seen
been
6ix9ine. If you go down his Instagram comments, I mean, they're all really
there's a
bad. It's either
probably
people
because he's
calling
a
him a
snitch.
snitch or
But
calling him
before then, he
racist.
was famous as hell. Everybody knew him, and he was saying the R. I mean, he was saying the N word.
I didn't
So
hear him say that. Had I have
He
heard him say
also
that, I would
got
have
canceled.
come
known
on,
his
he does say
name.
the N word. He does say the N word. When he got
Hold
famous,
on,
he got.
hold on. Why are you even bringing this up if we don't agree with him saying it?
Other people do. There's a majority of people that don't mind it. Why do you think it was on YouTube? If YouTube didn't care, I mean, if YouTube cared, they would have stopped them, right?
There
They
are
don't care,
plenty. Just because there's media that shows non-black people saying the N-word doesn't mean that black people or anyone agrees with the non-black people saying the N-word. I don't know where this is coming. I don't know why you're like trying to justify saying the N-word with 6ix9ine.
Most of the
Also,
people.
I want to let King jump in real quick, and whatnot as well.
I don't even know if my mic is working.
We hear you perfectly fine.
Oh, okay, good. What you're saying is very wrong. First of all, you're pretty much saying like it's okay that I can say this around my friend group, but I'm not going to say it around people who are sensitive. The simple fact that you're saying it in general, whether it's an A or an ER, is still wrong. If you are not black, you shouldn't be saying it. Period. That's all.
So it's totally fine that you could say it, right?
I can say it all day long. I don't.
Okay,
But
so
I
then,
can.
hey, there we go. You disagree with the girl because she doesn't like it when you say
I
it.
said I literally said this. I said black people I said they're not a monolith, so they can have their own opinions on a word that was directed at them, and they want to change the meaning of that word, so be it. But I personally don't say it just because of the meaning behind the word.
You
So
said it's a nasty word, and you said that if anybody said it around your grandmother, they would get slapped. You said that it's
yeah,
not okay
personally,
for
I
another
don't agree
black
with the
person to say
word.
it.
Personally, I don't agree with the word, but who am I
So
to
you
tell other
disagree with
black
him
people?
saying it, and he says
Hold
it
on,
all the time.
hold on. Who am I to tell other black people what they can and cannot say?
Also, it seems very strange for you to say, well, it's okay because I don't see a problem with it, so it's fine for me to say it.
Right.
Who gave you that right?
No, I don't see a problem with it. I was born saying it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not just
You
saying it
weren't born
randomly. I'm like,
saying
no,
that
look at
word.
this new word. I'm gonna fucking just say
Did you
it.
say you were born
You
saying
weren't
it?
born saying that word.
You know what I mean? Like, it's because it's not
I
my first
don't
language.
know what you
I don't know how to
That
say
made
it the
no
perfect
sense
way.
I
there.
don't know what you
Bro, you
Okay,
can.
like I said, I'm not. What's it called? It's not my first language.
Was the
But
N
like I
word
said,
your first word?
I was growing up, and I said it a bunch of times because people around me said it a bunch of
So that
times.
makes it right?
So
Again, we've already
what do you
gone
mean?
through this with you. If the
What makes
vast
it wrong?
majority of
What
people
makes it
around
wrong if
That
you,
everybody's
doesn't.
okay with it?
hold
We've
on,
explained to you why
hold on.
it's
We have already
wrong.
gone through this with you. If the mass majority of people are doing or saying something, that does not make it right, and I'm sure you'd agree. Right?
Okay.
Right?
So no, I can't
And
agree. Okay.
hold on. Okay, hang on. So slavery again was something that was deemed normal, and in society, the mass majority of some societies were doing it. So within those societies, were they correct in doing that? Did that make it right? Just because everybody was doing it? I don't know. I'll give you another example since we can't agree on anything about black people apparently. So if everyone around you was doing drugs like hardcore meth, and
Yeah.
you grew up around that, does that make meth good?
No.
Well, based
Okay,
on
so
your
we
logic,
agree.
it would, though.
Okay. So let's go back in time, right? So if you saw a white person getting chained up, you would think, okay, there's something wrong. This is not okay. There's something wrong, right? Because it was normal. It was something normal. But now that we see it, let me explain. Now we're back in our time, 2023. We think it's wrong because it's obviously wrong. But back in the days, it was right. It was okay. It was
No, it
normal.
wasn't
People were
right.
like,
It was
okay, this
never
was
right.
normal.
It just
Look,
no,
I
it's
know it
never
wasn't
right.
right, but it was
causing harm to
normal.
people, causing harm to people
Just because it was
unnecessarily
right
and
doesn't make it
infringing on the
normal.
rights of other people
Like,
is wrong,
no.
and it always has been.
Mm-mm.
Just
I
because,
know it's
for example,
wrong.
for example, there are some countries that still condone child marriage.
Yes, I
We
know.
know that it's wrong. They think that it's right. Does
So
that make
that
it
makes them
moral just
wrong.
because they think that it's right now
Okay, then
in this day and time?
okay, then I mean, okay, listen to this then. So
Bro, no,
if people are
answer my
murdering
question.
people
Answer my
in,
question,
oh my, okay, it is wrong and right.
bro.
No,
You know why?
that's not.
Because it's a sensitive topic, but I'm gonna be real. It's a sensitive topic. But if it's normal to them, if it's okay with them, everybody around them is okay in that country, then it's right to them. Why would it
But
be
they're
wrong?
not.
It's not.
We
Oh my
see
god.
it day and day again that it's actually not okay.
Oh, obviously,
They
it's
just
not
aren't.
okay. I don't
They
think it's
just aren't
okay
allowed to
to be
speak on
with
it.
underage people. I think that's obviously
Hold on,
wrong.
Zay,
That's
Zay, Zay,
bad.
Zay. What you're saying here is that in a descriptive sense, they thought it was right, but that does not mean it's right under our views. Right? Our
Okay.
views
Then
say
how
that it's
does
wrong. Does your
people
view say
going
that
in the
it's
army
wrong?
is right?
Zay, do you think it's wrong?
Yeah, I think it's wrong.
Okay, so we're not asking you what they thought at the time, right, or what was normalized to them. We're asking you what you think about that
No,
because
I
of the
think it's
conditions that it was normalized at that time.
I mean, do you believe that people have basic human rights, like the right to not be aggressed upon
yeah, of course
unnecessarily?
I agree with that. What am
Okay,
I, a
so
predator?
it is wrong, correct? Even though they believe that it's right or moral.
Well, who thinks it's right to aggressively, what's it called, do stuff to other people?
People who were supporting slavery, like,
Oh,
I don't
back
know,
in the
maybe what
day?
we were talking about.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know you were talking
Are
about
we
slavery. I
having the
thought you were
same
talking about like
conversation right now?
grape. I think you're talking about grape. Okay, but okay,
The
back in
same
the
thing
day,
could be applied to that as well, like
okay,
rapists themselves.
okay.
Yeah, grapists think that grape is moral in some cases.
They
So I
don't think
mean,
it's moral. If you're mentally ill, you
I
think it's
said in
moral.
some cases.
Okay, it's not moral. Obviously, it's not moral, right? It's
Obviously,
just like,
how
okay,
wait. How is it obviously not moral?
because what? It's not okay. It's obviously not okay.
But why
Okay,
is it
so
not
why aren't you
okay?
using that same logic within what we're talking about?
Because it's not the same.
Bro,
So,
you're
do you
inconsistent
see
as
the
hell.
wrongness in you using it?
Do you see the
Me
Do you have
saying the
inconsistency
word,
within your
me
argument in this
saying a word
conversation?
is not gonna make anybody like fucking die. You know what I mean? It's not the
Well, they
same
did
thing.
You're
over that
contradicting
word,
yourself.
actually. They did. Many people did over that word, and they still do to this day.
Okay, then why do black people say it? If it's such
Because
a
we
bad
have
word.
that right to do so.
So you have the right to say the word that make you feel like shit, that
Because
make
we
you feel
reclaimed it. If you know
under.
anything about
Yeah,
the
they're
civil rights
reclaiming that
movement,
word.
we
At least
reclaimed that
under
word
their.
during that
Sorry.
process.
Mm-hmm.
I did not mean to interrupt you, King. My bad.
So it's fine. It's
Okay.
just simply that
Yeah,
we
so
reclaimed it.
they're reclaiming the word, their word. So I don't understand where you, someone who is not black, is trying to reclaim a word that wasn't directed at you.
I didn't just decide one day and be like, yo, I'm gonna say the word because I want to claim this word. This is my word. No.
Well, that's
I
what you
was I
sound
was
like.
just I was raised and I was saying it.
Bro, we just went through
Look,
this.
I could not say it. I don't really care. I say
You
it because
do.
who
Yes, you do.
cares,
Yes,
yo?
you do.
If
And we
people
did
are
not
No,
just
no,
sit
hold
insensitive,
here
on, hold
if
on,
discussing
people are
this.
pause,
sensitive,
hold on, hold
but
on, hold on, hold on.
let
You
me
have the
talk.
comfortability and you have this sense of comfortability of being able to say, I can just stop saying it. It doesn't affect me. The people that word does affect, even if they saw someone down the street said it, they gonna turn heads and they probably gonna get in a physical altercation. Like, you just being able to say, well, I can just stop saying it. It doesn't do anything to me because it doesn't affect you.
Okay.
So it
So
doesn't
I see a lot
matter.
of black. Okay, well, why does it?
It
Why is
doesn't
it okay
matter.
when black people say, "Okay, white boy"? Why is that okay?
Please don't tell me you're gonna be one of those reverse
Are
racism
you a white
people.
boy?
Oh, so when it's
Please don't tell
all
me
the
you're
way
gonna be one of
around is
I'm
bad,
those.
sorry.
right? But if
Wait,
you
can I
guys
ask
saying
you a
cracker and
question?
white boy, that's a bad
Wait,
Wait,
thing.
hang on.
Zay, is there a racist history behind using that terminology,
Literally,
white boy?
Racist.
literally,
It's
I was gonna ask.
racist
No,
Wait,
is
too.
can I
there a
ask you?
At the
racist
same
history
Define
time.
behind
racism.
using that particular terminology?
What it needs to okay, but it needs to have a racist history so it could be bad to not say it. So it's okay
Yes.
Yeah,
if black
yeah,
people say,
yeah.
"Hey,
Actually,
what's up, white boy?"
yes.
That's a major
Yes, that's a major
qualifier.
component. Yeah, that's like one of
It's
the biggest
necessary.
components.
So then it's okay for black people to say, "What's up, white boy?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay. That's not
Yeah,
okay.
is there a
No.
racist history behind that terminology?
Yeah, what does that mean?
You're talking about his
If it's
skin
used
color.
in a
You know what's
negative
white-
connotation, right? Then
It
yeah,
is a
we
negative
could, right? If it
connotation.
yeah.
How is
it's
that
negative.
I mean,
negative
it would be
connotation?
considered. It might be considered rude at most.
Like if
White
if
boy-
in a negative connotation, right? But that
Right.
doesn't mean that it's like a it wouldn't be
It's
a
in a
slur.
It
negative
wouldn't be a slur, dude.
telling a black person just walking by and seeing a white person be like, yo, what's a white boy, or like, yo, that's a white boy right there, or saying cracker, or saying, white trash, that
Do
is
you
bad.
know the
That is slur.
context
That
of the
hurts
word
people's
cracker?
feelings. If it hurts people's
Okay,
feelings,
here.
you said if it hurts people's feelings, it's bad, right?
Zay. So if I am being asked to provide a description of a person to police, right? And I see this white child and I'm like, there's a white boy running southbound on I-35. That's fine, right? It depends
That
on
is
how I
fine.
say it. But if I were to
100%
be
fine.
giving a description about a black person and say he's a N-word running southbound on I-35, there's no positive connotation to the word, dude.
It depends how you say it.
The fact that you
No.
laughed
You're
at
not
that.
gonna
We heard
listen.
that
First of
chuckle.
all, who the
She
who the
just
hell is
gave you
gonna?
context,
We
Zay. She
literally
just gave you
heard
context.
You laugh at this, which means you think it's also funny.
Yeah, dude.
We heard the chuckle. You tried to hide it, but we heard it.
I'm not trying to hide it. I could say it. I mean, it really, like
Say
I
it
said,
then.
when you're talking to a police
Say it.
officer, you're gonna say a black person. You're not gonna say
Say it.
an A
Go
word.
ahead. Say it.
Say what? Say what?
Say the word.
Wait, would I get banned?
I don't know. Roll the dice.
Because I would say it. I don't give a fuck.
We don't want to ban.
Actually,
Parker.
I don't want to get banned myself.
The guy thinks I'm scared to say it, bro. I've been saying it my whole life. Who gives a fuck?
That's fucking wild, bro.
We give a fuck.
Yeah, that's literally fucking
You
wild.
see
The
how
fact
I
that you think
said
that's
you
okay,
got that
Zay, is
So
actually.
then go to 6ix9ine and then say it and be like, yo, okay,
You do
cancel them. You're not gonna
understand
be
that a
able to
lot of
cancel them
people
because it's
I
okay.
can't. I
like that,
can't
man,
talk
right?
to 6ix9ine. I can't discuss this issue with 6ix9ine.
I would say
Yeah.
it right to his face right now
I
on the
literally
live.
would.
Mind you, people also
Yeah, to
jumped
get
that
clout.
person. He got jumped.
To get clout.
Let's be honest. No
I would
one
say
really
it off
likes
of live.
6ix9ine. So you using that person as an example?
Gosh, bro,
isn't
6ix9ine says it all the time. There's another guy that's got his
Bro,
Sky
how many
or
times?
somebody.
Hold on. How many times are we going to have to tell you that we would condemn him? We would tell him no, and that it's wrong.
But there's a lot of black people that don't care.
And those are the people that you're listening to, and that's the problem.
So then I shouldn't listen to the. That
Especially
doesn't make
because you're
sense,
not
yo.
even
What you
black
should
in the
listen to,
first place.
what you
Those are
should
the people
listen
you're
to
listening
is the facts of reality and the fact that the word was used against black people to dehumanize them. That is a fact. I don't know what these other people are telling you to make you feel better about saying it, but we're giving you straight up facts. So I don't know, I don't understand what the battle is here in your head.
Like, why do you want to say it? That should be the question. Don't say, oh, well, it was said around me. Give me an actual reason. Why do you want
I
to
don't
say
wake
it?
up in the morning and be like, ooh, I just can't wait to say the N word.
Well, based on what you've been saying, it sounds like it. So
It
why
was
do
your
you want
first
to say it?
word. It was your first word. You were born saying it, remember?
Oh my
Right.
god, this girl forgot that it's not my first language and I messed up. Oh my god.
Your words, not ours. Anywho, why do you want to say it?
Why do I want to say it? It's
Yeah,
not
why
like I told you. It's not something like, okay, I wish I could say it. No. If I say it, I'm just saying it as a friend. I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Why not just say friend or homie or dog or buddy or pal?
I got used to saying it that way, yo.
Well, you know, there's this thing. You can unlearn that. And if you actually want to, you would do so.
I was raised a homophobic
But
Christian.
clearly you don't want to, which means you would like to continue saying it. Sorry.
Exactly. But you can change your ways. I was raised a homophobic, transphobic, every phobic ever Christian. And when I was 16, I realized that was not right. That was not right to do. And then I changed.
I could debate on Dean with that one because I think I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's not correct.
What is?
To be gay?
Yeah.
Bro,
so why?
Oh, you want to debate me on that too?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna debate on this because I was gonna wait for Dean, but I'll debate with you on this. Okay, listen. I think it's not. First of all, let me clarify.
Where do you think you got the topic from?
Exactly, it was from Dean. Okay, listen.
No, it
so
was
first
from
of all,
me.
I think. Oh, I didn't know it was from you. I thought you were like trying to copy him or something.
No,
What?
bro. Oh
Parker's
my
doing
God.
it
How do
first.
people
Parker's
I
actually
like
didn't
think
know who you
that?
are, bro. I
dude.
just met you today, bro.
Dean got the
Parker was
topic
Met you
from
doing
tonight.
me.
that
Parker's
first.
been here
I
for
met you
like
tonight,
years,
bro.
bro.
Oh, I didn't know. I just met you tonight, bro. I was like, oh, this is like a Dean copy or something. You know what I
Anyway,
mean?
Yo, like some people actually think that. It's so funny. I
I
can't
thought it
believe this.
was because like,
Literally first, but anywho.
all right. But like, first of all, I think it's not. I don't think it's bad. It's, you should. They don't. You know what I mean? You shouldn't. Go to jail or anything like that. I don't think it's
cool. What's
bad,
wrong
but
with
I
it?
think it's incorrect. I think it's not normal. It's not
Why?
Based
right.
on what?
Based on okay.
Because I'm bi,
Obviously,
and
there's a lot
I
of
would
people that
really
don't
like
believe
to
in
know
God,
what's
but
wrong with that.
I feel like there's only two genders, right? Boy and girl, and a female and male, right? So
Those are
if
sexes.
Guys, he
oh,
hasn't learned that. He hasn't learned that
what
much
there's
yet.
like a fucking thousand genders? Okay, I'm not gonna talk about there's only female and girl. That's all.
Female
Female and
and
male.
girl? So
Oh
one
my
sex
god.
and one gender?
Damn, Parker, which one are you? Which
I
one
don't.
are
Female and
you?
I
male.
don't. I don't think I fit
Female
under
and male.
those. I guess I'm not.
Female,
The struggle
female
bus.
and male.
You don't
All right.
exist.
Like I said, it's not bad, but I think it's not correct
Okay,
because you know
why,
what I mean.
dude?
They
I
can't
think you
reproduce.
need to rethink your argument
They can't
before you come
reproduce.
into this debate.
Adam and Eve
Your words
is
is
just
not clicking.
a girl and a boy. Adam and Eve,
Bro,
a
don't
girl
give
and a
me
boy.
Adam and Eve and Adam and Steve. Are you religious? Is that your argument?
I'm
If
not.
that's your argument, then just substantiate God, man. Just get to
Oh,
the
so
point.
what? You're a Satanist?
Is that your
Wow.
argument? You just said Adam.
Where did he get that from? Like,
What? Like what? You got mad? You got triggered because I was talking about God. What's wrong with
Triggered?
that?
No,
That
I
wasn't
have no
really
issue
triggered.
with
You
you
must not
having
know
a
what
religion,
triggered
right?
is.
But like, if you're gonna sit here and like say that gay people are incorrect, as you said,
It is. I think it's incorrect. But I don't think
okay,
it's
no,
bad.
I
So
know, I
tell me
know.
how
Hang
I
on.
am incorrect.
So
I
if
know. I know.
Zay, if your substantiation for that claim is God says that it's immoral, then you need to substantiate the existence of a God.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. So I believe there is a God, right? So everything came from something, right? I don't think it just randomly appears because if it goes back in like every little like little
Zay,
thing
why does that something have to be God?
has it has to be something that created anything. So I
Yeah, why
believe
does
there
it
has
have
to
to
be
be God?
God.
It doesn't have to be God. It doesn't have to be.
What can it be? A superior
It could be a
fucking
I'm not
source of
the
naturalistic
energy?
explanation. It could be a prior state of fundamental particles in which have the necessary properties to bring about this world
So
rather
then what
than a
made the
different
particles?
one. The
yes.
What
same
made those
way that
particles?
God has the necessary desires to bring about this world rather than another one.
So what do you think? What made the
I'm about
particles?
to pull a Dean and say I believe in Shmeezus and the
Right.
Bible. I believe in the Bible, and the Bible says that straight people are wrong. So prove me wrong now.
Straight people are wrong. How is straight people wrong? Can you reproduce?
Because the Bible in Shmeezus says
So
so.
is reproduction the only thing that's necessary?
Of the way of life?
Wait,
Because,
real quick,
infertile people exist.
real
I
quick.
know
I want to hear his answer to this. So
but there's something.
Shmeezus. So hold on, Zay. Shmeezus in the Bible. Shmeezus wrote the Bible, by the way. He says that being straight is wrong and immoral and terrible, and you should only be gay, and we should just end human existence. That's what my Bible says. So can you prove to me that my Bible is wrong and yours is right?
You think that we should end human existence? You think that's okay?
That's what my Bible says, bro. I'm just following my God, man.
What do you mean? So then what? You think not what's it called? Having children is bad?
Bro, that's what my Bible says it. I can't control what Shmeezus wrote, bro.
Oh, if my Bible says kill people, I think it's okay. That doesn't make
That's
sense.
what your
Yeah,
Bible
you
says.
That's
unironically
essentially
believe
what he
that.
said.
You
That's what he
actually
said.
fucking unironically believe that. That's the wild shit that
No,
you just said. Dude. Literally, yeah. So if God told you to kill someone, would you do it?
no,
No?
no.
You would
Well, that's
disobey
why
the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good being?
Do you not understand? What kind of? Are you trying to trap me into this? This is dumb. That was the dumbest thing that I ever heard in my
No,
life.
we're
First of
just
all,
trying to lay out the fact
Wait, so
that
when God told the fucking Israelites,
It's the cherry
what
picking
group
of it all.
did
Mennonite
he tell
children,
them
I
to kill?
think.
The Mennonites,
Yeah, the Mennonites.
right? Should they have done it?
I mean, depends on the situation.
Bruh.
Wow. So, what situation do you see fit to follow
I think
that
it's okay. Okay,
command?
don't you think it's normal to, like, it's just like with animals, it's just natural for them
You
to
know,
have babies.
animals
Don't
Me
also
with a
appeal to
female
exhibit
neutrality right now,
and a
homosexual
bro.
male,
tendencies
right?
as well. You
Don't
know that,
appeal to
What?
right?
neutrality. I'm gonna end this right here, okay? In nature, was it you that said this, Parker? Lions are known to grape their cubs.
Yeah, that was
So
Dean.
okay, that was Dean. Sure. I pull a lot of shit from y'all. A lot of information. Thank you. Um, so the fact that that's natural, does that make it right? Like, should we do that as humans?
It
Should
is
we?
not. Listen, just because there's something wrong with that fucking animal and they did that, but most
What's
of them,
wrong
they
with
don't
them?
But
do
it's
that.
nature. But it's
Not
nature.
every single lion does that.
But
There's
it's
obviously with
nature.
humans, there's people that want to be murderers. That is not okay. If they think
Okay.
they want to murder
Uh,
somebody,
uh,
that is not okay. There's something wrong with them.
Okay. There's over 4,000 species that engage in homosexual activities. Is that
But
is that is
it's
that
Regularly.
not something
is
that's
that nature enough
normal.
for you?
If it's something that's not normal, then it's not normal.
But
Simple as that.
what do you mean by
If they do it
normal?
sometimes, then okay.
What do you mean by normal?
There's something wrong with them.
No, what do you mean by normal?
Like something that's not like you know what I mean? Like normal. Like that's something that's not supposed to happen, you know what I mean?
What? What
Define
define
normal.
normal?
Fine, normal. Um it's not normal to be with the same
That's
gender
not
That's
what I'm
not
if you're an
asking you.
definition.
animal.
Sweetheart, define the word normal. If you were if someone that you were talking to just in regular conversation did not know what the word normal meant, how would you describe it? Like, what does it fucking mean?
Normal. Something that's natural. Something that's just the way how life is.
Okay, and
If
what
it's
does
something
natural
that's the
mean?
opposite from the way how life is, I feel it's not normal.
Okay, does natural to you mean occurring in
That
nature?
would be abnormal then.
Yeah, yeah. Does nature to you, does that mean like that it occurs in nature?
In nature, the majority of animals, they're with female and then it's male, right? They reproduce.
They
That is
reproduce with
normal. That is
female.
okay.
Females and males reproduce together in nature because that's the only way that you can do it. But they also
Yeah.
engage in homosexual
Yes,
activities
and those
in nature.
animals, okay, there's some animals that are fucked up. There's something wrong with them and they do that. That
What
doesn't
do you
mean that
Jose,
it's
mean?
can I ask
normal.
you a question? Right. So if a man engages in intercourse with a woman who is infertile, right, is there something immoral with that action?
Immoral?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's an immoral at all.
So
Well,
there's
it
nothing
should be.
wrong with that, right? But it doesn't lead to reproduction because it's
Right.
so. Wouldn't it be unnatural under your view?
Natural?
Unnatural.
Because it
Do I
doesn't
do I
lead to
do I
reproduction.
do I do I think there's something wrong with that?
Yeah, because it doesn't lead to reproduction, and it would be considered unnatural under your view.
Right.
I mean, like I said, if it doesn't like advance like society and stuff like that, because I heard Dean say that too. Like if it doesn't advance society, then it's not okay, right?
Okay, so
So does
if a priest was celibate, does that make, are they, engaging in an immoral action by being celibate? Like
I feel like yeah,
nuns,
of course. If that's wrong, and
for
if
example,
God said,
like
"Yo, you just
God, like right hand men or women, nuns,
No,
typically
Let's
are
ask him this
celibate.
question, right? You believe Jesus is God, right?
this it's the Son of God."
Okay. Do you think that he did something immoral by being celibate?
Oh
No,
yeah,
hey, don't
Jesus
work,
was celibate,
don't
wasn't he?
work.
Did he do something wrong?
I mean, did God say that He can't do that?
No,
Then if He did it, then it's not wrong.
but God didn't tell me not to be bisexual, bro. So what?
Wait. So
Not
being
natural.
celibate's not wrong, right? But I
When
mean,
God made this world,
that doesn't lead to reproduction, Zay.
like I said, I don't think it's natural. I don't think it's bad.
But it's not natural for him to be celibate, right? Because it doesn't lead to reproduction.
Well, just him having sex
No, him not having
or not having
sex.
sex or not having sex.
Yeah.
Then I mean, it depends. It's the Son of God. There's something different about that. It's not just a regular human being. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
again,
special
born
pleading.
into a whole
yeah,
child? Yes.
that's wild to
It's
me.
completely
So
different. I'm not
again,
gonna compare myself to the Son of God,
Zay, so
What's the
nuns.
relevant difference?
the Son of God, and I'm different.
That's
I'm
not a
not gonna.
relevant difference. How is that relevant?
What do you mean? Isn't
Yeah,
that relevant?
how
Isn't
is that a
something
relevant
different?
difference? You're just saying that you just said that you just honestly you just said that you just like restating their name. Right? Like if I ask you what's the relevant distinction between Parker and Zay, that means Zay is wrong and Parker is right, and you say because he's Zay, right? Does that describe why you're wrong? No.
No, but do you not see the difference of the Son of God and then just me, like a regular human being, like
I'm
a
asking
normal
you for
human?
that relevant
I
difference.
don't know.
What's
I do
that
not have
relevant
powers.
difference?
I can't resurrect. There's a difference.
You can't resurrect. How is that okay? And
Okay, that's a difference.
why does it mean that it's good for you, or I mean good for God but not good for you? Why is there a different standard of morality for the exact same action?
Because, like I said, when it's the Son of God, there's something obviously different. If he can resurrect and do all these crazy things that I can't do, there's something different about them. We're not the same. I can't compare myself to the Son of God. If God said, "Hey, don't have sex," to that person, to the Son of God, to his son, then it's okay. I think it's normal. I think it's fine. If he said, "Oh, okay, have sex and make have kids and whatever," then okay. I think that should be okay.
No, the idea that I'm referencing is that God has defined what actions are good and what actions are not good, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
don't think. Okay,
And
I really don't
if it is
believe that.
good for hold up, if it's good for Jesus to do that, it's not bad for him to do that. Why would it be bad for humans, right? And you're saying that the distinction is literally just the fact that he's the Son of God. Well, what particularly would justify the idea that there would be a different standard of morality that applies to a Son of God than applies to humans?
A normal human being and a Son of God, you're trying to compare them?
Like this is the same way as like people saying that like okay, right, for example, right, God does the exact same action that a human does, right? And apparently, right, it's okay when God does the exact same action, but it's wrong when a human does it. Does that not sound like rules for thee but not rules for me? It's the exact same action that other individuals are engaging in.
Okay.
Okay, what?
So that's your point. Just because you think that it's the same thing, like I already told you, it's not the same thing. I'm not gonna compare myself to
Yeah, it's a rules
the
for
Son of
these,
God.
not rules for me. What's relevant in terms of the action that is different?
Everybody else in the world has to. I mean, that's just how it is. Like if you believe in God, then you're gonna do whatever He says, right? The Son of
So
God is different.
would you unalive someone if God told you to?
If it was normal, like I said, if it was normal, like let's say, obviously it's not normal, and he never said, "Hey, just unalive somebody." Like if he told me, or if it was in the
Didn't
Bible,
he
"Hey, go
though?
kill people around the world."
Didn't he tell someone to go unalive their son? And
No, but not us, not fucking regular people like us that read the Bible.
Bro, again, I want to ask you this question. So, like, priests and nuns aren't Jesus, right?
the Pope.
And
Right?
nuns are Jesus.
Right? They're not Jesus, right? They're not the Son of God.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
if they're celibate and they're not engaging in sex, or like, what leads you to reproduce? Are they being immoral or acting immoral?
Um, like I said, I don't think it's bad.
That's not what?
It's not correct. If God says to the
Wait,
priest
it's
or
not
whatever,
bad or it's
like
not correct? What do you mean?
it's not bad, but I think it is incorrect. But it depends on the situation. Like I said, if God says to the priests or the nuns or whatever, and it's like in the rules, don't have sex, then okay, they're following the rules. I think it's okay. But if it says like have sex and they're not following the rules, I would think it's not okay. You know what I mean?
Where in the
Just
Bible does it
how it
say
is.
that you can't be gay?
No, I just like I'm saying in Adam and Eve. It's just I said it. You
I
can't be
don't
gay.
believe
I don't
that.
think.
I
Let's
don't
say
believe
let's say a gay person dies today. I don't think they'll go to hell because they're gay. Like I said, I don't think it's bad,
that's not what
but
I'm
I feel
asking
like
you.
it's not correct. I don't
That's
think
not
it's
what I'm
fine.
asking you. Just because God made Adam and Eve, or supposedly made Adam and Eve, does not mean that He
Yeah.
also like just would be against like Adam and Steve, right? He just didn't make Adam and Steve. But I want to know like where in the Bible it says not to engage in homosexuality.
Where does the Bible say it's okay to engage in homosexuality?
Where does the Bible say it's okay to wash your hands? Like, just fucking, what does that matter?
Right. I mean, what do you mean that the
What,
fuck?
where in the Bible does it say that that it's good to use deodorant? Like, it doesn't have to, bro.
Well, so So you're saying if I'm a Christian, I'm reading the Bible, I have to follow every single thing. They're like, okay, if he tells me to not wash my hands, I'm not gonna wash my hands. That doesn't make
So
sense.
you cherry pick is what you're
That's not what
saying.
I'm asking you. What I'm
It's not
telling you
cherry pick.
is that
You are,
everything.
because if you say you follow every single thing, that you would still follow not to wash your hands. Would you not?
If it said to not wash my hands, I wouldn't wash my hands.
No, okay. It doesn't say not to wash your hands, but it also doesn't say to wash your hands. So what? Did don't now or what? It doesn't say anything about deodorant. It doesn't say that whether or not deodorant is good or bad. That doesn't mean you can't use deodorant.
It doesn't say 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Do you believe 1 + 1 = 2?
Immoral now?
Yeah.
Like, do we brush our teeth? Like,
Appreciate that mustache. Thank you. Do you believe 1 + 1 = 2? Tell me
Well,
what
if everybody
fucking scripture
agrees,
says that right now.
if
Tell me.
everybody agrees, then yes.
No, tell me what scripture says that right now. 1 + 1 = 2.
There's no scripture that says
No
that.
scripture says that. Okay, so there are facts that are true outside of the context of the Bible. That's the
Yeah.
point that Secrets is making.
Yes. So what facts say like, hey, gay is
Thank you for
correct?
the gift. I appreciate it.
What facts say what?
That gays are correct. Do you think it's correct?
I think there's
Bro.
nothing wrong with being gay. It's not
I
going
don't
to be
think
something
it's-
that's
I don't think it's
considered
bad.
right or wrong in the same way that being straight isn't considered right or wrong. There's nowhere claim that you should be gay or you should be straight, and there's nowhere claim that you shouldn't be gay and you shouldn't be straight.
It just makes sense. Like, let's say, you're putting a fucking puzzle in. If the puzzle fits, then it's okay. If a puzzle doesn't fit, then it's not bad, but you're like, oh, okay, it doesn't fit. So
Yeah,
there's
like
something
for example,
incorrect
right?
about it.
If I pick up a rock from the ground, right? Is that
Okay.
action wrong or right? Is that action moral or immoral?
Nothing wrong with it.
But there's nothing right with it either. So it's morally neutral.
It doesn't say anything about picking up rocks in the Bible, as far as I'm concerned. So, like, should we, what are
right. We should just all pick up rocks.
we should just.
No, it's immoral to do that.
It's immoral to do that because
Make
it's
some
not in
rocket
the Bible.
You're
No,
trolling.
Shmeeza said it. Shmeeza said it.
Dude, it is so immoral of you to be on your phone right now because
it's unnatural.
Right, because Wi-Fi is immoral.
Natural and it's not in the Bible.
You guys are trolls.
Literally.
No, I'm not trolling with
Says
these.
the guy
I mean,
who
these are
opened
things that are
the
actually
fucking
applicable.
door. But like, okay, we're trolls. Yes.
Yes, you're a troll king.
So serious right now. We're not trolling. We're just trying to give you like logic, and you're not understanding, and I'm not understanding why you're not understanding.
Just because you think you're correct doesn't mean you're correct.
Bro,
But we are, and you're wrong, and you will.
So you really think you're correct?
I'm
You think
objectively correct right now.
Yeah,
it's 100%?
Zay. I do think that you are objectively wrong. All right, want to know why?
So, okay,
because there's a contradiction with your worldview, right? We can go over the contradiction with your worldview. Would you like to?
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe God is perfect?
God?
Yeah.
God,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Given a perfect test taker, what do you expect to see?
What do you mean? Like to see if he's perfect?
No, what do you expect to see? Like
Perfect or
perfect
not?
test scores, right? Neon, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Hello? I was lagging out. My bad.
Perfect test scores, right?
I was lagging out.
Perfect test taker, you expect to see perfect test scores, right?
Yeah.
Perfect free throw shooter.
Yes.
You expect to see perfect free throws made, right? 100% free throws. 10 out of 10. 8 out of 8. Right? Okay.
100%.
Perfect creator, what do you expect
I'm
to
going
see?
with your, yes. I mean, a perfect world.
Perfect creation, right? Do you believe that human
I'm
beings
talking
are
about like
perfect?
the world. Hell no, I don't think they're perfect.
Are
I feel
they
like
created
it
by
is,
God?
They are created by God, but he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't.
That tells us that we don't have a perfect creator, right? Because perfect creator expects perfect creation. We don't exist in a perfect creation, therefore we don't expect a perfect creator.
I understand. I knew you were gonna say that. Listen, I think the world is perfect. The world, not humans, because he lets us have our own. I don't know how to explain it. We
Like
could
free
do
will,
whatever
free
we
will?
want. Yeah, free will. Yeah.
Okay, so how is the world perfect if human beings are imperfect?
I'm talking about the world.
What aspect of the world?
I mean, do we not exist in the world?
Bro, you say some crazy shit, bro.
What aspect of the world, Zay?
How was that crazy?
That wasn't crazy at all. Yeah, like what aspect of the world, Zay?
The aspect of the world is like, okay, water, oxygen, everything just,
What is
animals, everything that's a way of
the
life.
human body made out of?
Here, I can ask him this question particularly. What is perfect about leukemia in children?
There's nothing perfect about that.
What's perfect about when I go out in the sun, right? I can get skin cancer.
Yeah, there's nothing perfect about that.
Wow. You just solved the mystery. Look at you. You doing
What do you mean?
So the point being, right? Perfect creator. We expect to see perfect creation. We don't exist in perfect creation, therefore we don't expect to see a perfect creator. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
He doesn't create perfect people. It just depends how you live.
He didn't
your
create a
life.
perfect
If you live your
world
life
either.
in a moral way.
Wait. So do you agree that human beings are created by God? So they are creation, okay? So they are created by God, okay? Perfect creator, we expect to see perfect creation. So they're created by God, they're creation of God, they're expected to be perfect, okay? They're not perfect, therefore we don't have a perfect creator, right? That's the claim, okay? Do you have any issues with this argument?
Yes.
What?
Because God, like I said, it's just a free will. Like if somebody dies because they're in Africa and they don't eat, it doesn't mean that God's a bad person.
Does God have free will?
He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can do whatever, his free will, right? Does he ever do evil?
No.
No, okay. If he never does evil, right, clearly speaking, it's going to be the case that a perfect individual, right, that is flawless, does not engage in a flaw, right? So if human beings were perfect, they wouldn't have ever engaged in a flaw. There wouldn't be any original sin.
I mean, we can look at this logic the same way with disregarding humans. What about Lucifer?
Right.
Yeah, Lucifer's bad. That's why he's in hell.
Let's get to that point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. That's why I was like, okay, I'm just following your steps, right? But like I said, God allows people to have free will, so they can do whatever they want. Whatever happens after when he already creates the human being, it's just the way the world is. If you die, I think there's something, you're going to have a peaceful life.
No, Zay, what do you expect to see, right? Jesus is perfect. You expect to see
I expect like God to just create life. If you have
always
a life,
expect there to be good things that come from God, right? If God ever did something bad, you would say that doesn't make any sense because God is perfect, right? So if human beings are perfect, how could you say that they did something bad, even if they have the free will? Because free will, right, doesn't mean you can do logically contradictory things. Like, for example, I can't spring wings out of my back and fly into the air like a fucking phoenix right now, right? Because my nature, right, doesn't indicate that I have the ability to do that, right? It says I don't have the ability to do that. Therefore, it'd be contradictory for me to do that, even though I have free will, okay? So if they're perfect, they can't do something evil, right? Yet they still have free will because they can't do logically impossible things. God can't do evil because he can't do logically impossible things, right?
Wait, Parker, do you actually believe in free will under under his framework?
Well,
under
it depends on their view, right? Like you can get rid of free will quickly under their notion if they just like take some chess moves. It depends on their view, essentially.
The reason I say that is if God is all knowing, then he knew exactly what you were going to do before you did it, and he made you that way.
I'm not convinced that just because he knows that what you're going to do, that means that he necessarily caused that.
Yes, I agree.
So I wouldn't hold to that necessarily. But like we can degrade the notion of free will in terms of if they hold like a necessitarian view, which says that like sin is necessary, right? Or there's one possible world that could have existed because there's no other possible world that could have existed. You can get rid of their sense of free will if they deny that humans can have free will, given the fact that, or I mean, deny that you can do the right thing in every circumstance. Like if I were to ask you, Zay, can I do the right thing right now?
What do you mean?
Can I do the right thing today, every single time today?
Yeah.
If I asked you that question every single day, would it be true?
No, because it changes.
So not every single day can I do the good thing, so I don't have free will. See? Right? Like if I can't do the good thing, that means I don't have free will.
Right.
Bingo.
That makes sense.
I mean, free will. I mean, okay. That does make sense because you don't have free will when it comes to like, okay, he gives you rules on the Bible. So if you follow the rules, then you're chilling. You're doing good things and good things. I don't think he puts anything bad, right? Something that's evil. So then, I mean, I think it's perfectly fine that if you just, do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really. No. Why can't we do something good in this circumstance? Like, what's the contradiction? Because the only way you can say that we can't do it, given the fact that we have free will, is if there's a contradiction, right? So what's the logical contradiction with us doing a good thing?
Logical what does contradiction mean?
Like a and not A. Like a exists and not exists. That would be a contradiction.
Ask me the question again, please.
Like, what is the contradiction? Right, like the
Oh, you did something
exists.
right and then not doing right later on? Is
What?
that what you're saying? Because you said that, okay, right now you're doing something right, but in the future, would it still be right? Is that what you're saying?
You
Or ask the
lost me.
question again. Because, yeah, I got lost because, like I said, it's not my first language, so I was kind of confused about the question.
You kind of confused me too. Sorry, I don't even remember. Can someone
fine.
remind me real quick?
I remember
We know we
you
were
were
talking about
talking.
ASA and contradiction, but like
Yeah,
I,
ASA.
I was asking for like what's the contradiction in doing the good thing?
Oh, doing a bad thing?
No, doing the good thing. Because remember, I asked you, right? Like, do I have the ability to do the right thing today? You said yes. Or I ask you that every single day, right? You said I wouldn't have the ability in some days. So, like, what days would it be
Oh, that you
logically
wouldn't have the
impossible for me to
ability?
do the
Okay,
good thing?
maybe, okay, let's say, like, if you go outside and you see a homeless person and you don't have change, then, I mean, you know what I mean? So you're not able to do the good thing, but does it make you bad? No. But you're not able to
Wait, but you're
do
not
the.
sinning, right? That's the idea. That's what I meant to
Oh,
say.
you're talking about, like, full on
Right?
sin, just
Yeah.
don't
Can I
sinning.
like evade sin every day?
Evade sin? Um, no. I don't think you can evade sin. Like, if you're doing something
So I
bad,
don't have free
then
will.
not in that point.
I don't have free.
Not,
Okay, so if I don't have free will, then why do children get raped? Why does genocide happen?
because I feel like when like he creates life, then he just like, okay, just live that life on the earth. He created life. You know what I mean?
Wait,
So
but
if
if
whatever
they don't
happens,
have free
happens.
will, then why does that happen? Why did the Holocaust happen? Why did slavery happen?
No, you have free will until that point. Like I said, it depends if you follow whatever he says after,
So
like
why
in the
didn't
Bible.
so if you have free will up until a point, why didn't God stop it with the Holocaust? Why didn't God stop it with slavery?
No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, yeah, we got confused in the point. Like I said, you
What
have
do, what
free
do you
will to do
think free
whatever you
will
want right
is?
now. You have free will to do whatever you want right now. If you want to jump off the bridge, you could do it right now, right?
So I can do
But
the right thing, right? And I can
you can't do
refrain
the
from
right
doing
thing.
wrong things.
Yeah, you could do wrong things. It's not okay to
Can
do
I
wrong things.
refrain from doing wrong things today in all scenarios?
Yeah,
Can I refrain from doing all things tomorrow, all that are
yeah.
bad? Okay.
Mhm.
Can if I asked you that every single day, would it be true that I can
Yes.
refrain? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I can refrain from sin every single day of my life, and that's
Yeah.
possible, there's at least some level of probability in which would indicate that I have the ability to do the right thing in every single scenario, or like not sin. Okay. So
hmm
if that was the case, there's going to be God's all knowing and all powerful. God knows of every possible world that could exist, right? If I decided to eat cinnamon toast crunch today rather than, I don't know, Captain Crunch, right?
Yeah.
God would know about those two different actions that I could have engaged in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So God knows about this one world that is extraordinarily unlikely, in which every single human being on the planet Earth, right, refrain from sin in every single scenario freely, like totally freely. Right?
Okay.
It's just it happened to. There's some little small probability that it could happen. There's at least one world, right? So
Yeah.
then God would have a choice between a world where there is free will and evil, and a world where there's free will and no evil. Okay, so holding all things constant, i.e., free will, right? God would either pick the world with evil or a world without evil. Given that we exist in the world with evil, we would result in a contradiction. That God preferred the world in which there was evil, which is against God's preference, which is a contradiction.
But
God preferred
I
the
don't
world in
believe
which was
there's a
against
parallel
God's
universe.
preference.
I don't believe that there's like a two worlds. I feel like there's just one world, and the world that he sees today is he probably is like, oh my god, it's really bad. But it's just the way of life. Like if you want to live, like if he wants to give out life, he's gonna put you in the world, right? Whatever happens after that, he can't do anything about that, right? So whatever happens, but if you follow his rules, you live like a holy life and all that, then you're gonna go to heaven because you saw that he's good and stuff like that. But if you're doing bad every single day, you're gonna go to hell. But you have your own actions, so it depends on you, depends on the person if you're gonna do good today or bad.
Yeah, I understand that, but the idea is that there is one world at least where every single
I
person
feel like I feel like
does
no, I
not
don't
do
think there's
bad,
another world.
right?
I
And
don't
that's
think there's another
because
world.
no, it is because right again, every single choice had some level of probability to happen, even if it's 0.001, like in
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
hundred thousand zeros and then
Yeah,
one,
you're right.
right?
You're
There's
right.
at least one world, and God knows of that world. Okay, so God can
Mhm.
actualize that world as God is all knowing and all powerful, right? So if God can actualize that world, the choice is still there. It is still the case that God prefers sin over no sin, which would yield a contradiction, right? God prefers a world in which God has a preference against, because sin is a world. There being a sinful world over a non-sinful world is a world where God would have a preference against it, right? Because God has a preference against sin.
So
Does that make sense?
you don't think like when God sends somebody to Earth, right? Just for an example, like let's say like you're in heaven, right? And they're like, okay, you want to go to Earth? Okay, you go to Earth. Isn't it like a test?
It doesn't make sense. Okay, so I can reject the notion of a test based on this simple premise, right? Like if I knew that my partner, say I had a partner, cheated on me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Would I have any good reason to test them to see if they're cheating on me? If I
Yeah,
already
because
knew?
if you already knew that we're gonna, but how would okay? So everybody has free will. I think even in heaven you have free will. It just depends like if you're good or not. So he's not gonna bring a bad person to heaven. But I feel
No,
like
no,
it's a
no, no,
test.
no,
Maybe
no.
it's a
If
test
I
again.
already knew that they cheated on me, right?
Yeah.
Is there any good reason to test them to see if they're going to cheat on me?
No.
Okay. If God
So
already knows whether or not we go to heaven or hell or what we do in our lives, is there any reason to test us?
no, I don't think he knows. That's why I think it's a test. I think like
Oh, so
you
he
go in the
doesn't know.
world.
So do you hold the open theism? That God
What do you
doesn't
mean?
know true facts about the future?
Knowing, right?
Oh no. I don't think maybe like how I believe. I don't think he knows every single
Does
thing that's
God
gonna
know
happen.
facts about the future?
No, I don't think so.
So
On Earth,
Is God
in
all
heaven, it's
knowing?
different. Not, I don't think on Earth. I think it's different. I feel like on Earth, anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's why, like, when you go on Earth, you test yourself. Whether you have a bad, card, right, and you end up dying because you live in Africa and you have no food and you're just screwed, right? That's bad. But then you go to heaven and he's like, oh, you want to try again, and then you get reborn and stuff like that, right? So you do it again until he actually tests you and you have a full life. You live 80 years, 100 years, and it depends if you want to go
So
to heaven or hell. If you do everything
is
good, you're
so are
chilling.
you saying once he creates someone, he sends them off to Earth and he has like he has this veil that blocks off from what goes on Earth, and then like once you die you go up to heaven and then he finds out what happens? Is that what you're saying?
I think there's some things that he can control, some things he can't control. You know what I mean?
But if you're an all-knowing and all-powerful, you should be able to have, and you created the world that you're sending these people to.
Yeah.
I would assume you would also have control over it as well.
But why
Right.
would
So
he
what
create a
you're saying
world?
right now, Zay, is that he's not all knowing and not all powerful.
No,
So
I think he
he's
is. It
like a
depends on the
God.
situation.
He's just
Like I said,
50% God.
it depends on the situation. We don't know what actually God is. Like I said,
The
I think it depends on
situation,
the
then he's not
situation.
all knowing and all powerful. He's somewhat knowing and somewhat powerful.
So he's a half God.
I feel like he created the world to test people to see if they're good or bad. If they're bad, they're going to hell, and if they're good, they're going to
Wait,
heaven.
what? So again, you're saying that he doesn't know true facts about the future, right?
Hey, I don't think he knows true facts about the
Okay,
future.
what does it mean to be all-knowing?
All-knowing. I mean, maybe it could be like an all-knowing, as in like he could do whatever he wants, as in creating humans, creating the world, creating
That's all
galaxies,
powerful.
creating
That's all powerful. I'm talking all-knowing.
Knowing has
like.
mind. That's it.
So then it wouldn't make sense that if God could know every single thing, and then he want to prevent it? That's why I don't think I do. I think there's flaws where people actually don't know unless you die. You know what I mean? I think there's
Well,
flaws about
no, that would be where the free will part
Wait,
comes into play.
I'm so confused. Wait, so so can you just define all-knowing?
Yeah, I understand all knowing. That's why I think there's a flaw in that, because I feel like if he had a choice, then he would have a perfect world. But why would he have a perfect? Why would he just create a world to be perfect? I mean, what's the point of
So
that?
you're
I feel
saying
like
that God didn't have a choice then?
no, and not in the world. I don't think he had a choice to like when you give people free will. I don't think he has a choice after that. He's like, hey, I gave you the Bible. If you want to follow me, you don't have to. If you want to follow me,
So
go ahead
what
and
does
chill.
all
Do
knowing and all
you believe
powerful
in?
mean?
I believe in what?
Do you believe in Noah's Ark?
To a certain extent,
The
because
flood?
I
Like, do you think the
wasn't
flood
there.
happened?
To be honest, I don't know. It's just I wasn't there. Like I'm more like, okay, if I was there, then yeah, I would understand. You know what I mean? But I
So
wasn't there.
you don't know if the flood happened.
No, I don't know.
How old is the Earth?
Fucking billions of years, I guess. That's what people say.
Okay, so you don't hold to young Earth.
Like, what do you mean?
Interesting.
You don't hold the young Earth. Do you think there's any point in time where God killed anyone on the planet?
On the planet? No.
No, never.
No, I don't think he just randomly like, hey, I'm just gonna go to, the Earth that I created and just kill somebody. I don't think
Okay. Do you think that God coming down as Jesus impacts our free will?
But then, yeah, it doesn't impact your free will, right? Because it
No.
allows you to sin and not sin.
So if God came back, right, and told us everything that we could do, right, like, and just like was in the sky and told us that he existed, right, wouldn't that still be compatible with free will?
That would impact free will because everybody's gonna be like, all right, we're just gonna follow you because we know exist. That's why that's why he doesn't like
Wait,
just
so
show
then,
up.
but you believe that you came back as Jesus and resurrected?
As a son, I feel like yeah.
And he came back
But
and
like the
resurrected. So
thing
he
is,
did so he did come back and do that. That impacts free will. That got rid of free will. So if that got rid of free will, doesn't that mean that?
it depends if you believe in the Bible or not. There's people that don't believe in the Bible. If you believe in the Bible, then it impacts your life. It's like, okay, then I should be good. But you could still do bad. You can still do bad, So you have free will.
Yeah. What's it called? Is there anything else that anyone else would want to address? I mean, I would love to continue going on with this conversation. I've been on for almost 10 hours though. Like
Yeah,
nine,
I'd rather
nine and
you
a
go
half
red, bro.
hours.
I didn't even go to
I think
beta, bro. We just changed the subject like crazy.
Yeah,
But
no, I'll definitely have to do this topic again because I didn't really
yeah,
get
for
to
sure.
that.
I don't think I have much to add. I would encourage Zay to do a little more research on your belief religiously or in your religion, and then also do some more research on like the history of the N word as well.
okay, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna get off, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming on.
All
Thank
right,
y'all so much.
appreciate you, Parker. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you.